All right, Tim. We're live.
All right, we're here.
Welcome. This is day 7 of 30
Let's
episodes.
go. It's a grind.
Yeah. Did you listen to the one with your brother?
I listened to about half of it. Yeah, I was trying to listen to more of it, but I was like so busy. I was driving listening to it too. So throw it on in the car.
Yeah, we had
See-
some. It was fun chatting with him. But so at the very end, I was like, I got to talk to Tim. We've been on the same wave. I think like a few months ago, we couldn't shut up about Europe, EDM. I'm like, this is.
I know we have a lot. We have a lot of
Like,
overlapping stuff.
I got to
now.
get Tim on here. Have you
Yeah.
listen to any other episodes?
I listened to a little bit of. I listened to the one that Jackson was on, and then there was one. I forget his name. Like, who is the guy who lives in? Is he in Europe? Or like your dad's coworkers or not? No, who's the psychologist?
Heine Hagenberg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
I couldn't
He's
even
in my
remember.
master's program.
Okay, because I listened to like part of that. I listened to James Patrick one a little bit,
That was a good one.
and I've seen a bunch of the clips on TikTok and everything too.
I love it. I love
yeah.
it. Well, any feedback? Any room for improvement?
Dude, I don't know.
We're always open here at the Average Joe podcast. It's just me. I'm the only.
The only average Joe.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I think it's been good. I think it's just, yeah, it's good you're posting a lot too though, because that's like
I've been
that's,
active.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Been
Well,
active.
and I think trying to do 30 podcasts in 30 days. I mean, it'll give me a lot of content, even
Yeah.
to do the short form. But it'll, yeah. I mean, I'll be close to 60 podcasts by the time I'm done with
Jeez.
it,
Yeah, and I think
or over 60.
over 60.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a lot. I didn't even know it was that many yet.
I know. Well, this will be, I think 39, 38,
Wow.
something like that.
Wow.
And I started in July, so I've been kind of pushing them out, but
Let's
it's good.
go.
Yeah. Well, you got any shows coming up?
Like concerts or anything?
Mm-hmm.
No, not right now. I was looking at going to some soon. I just went to one last week at the Ryman with my dad. It was have you know Watch House? It's like
Mm-mm.
a folk band. Very calm, chill. Like everyone's sitting the whole
Ryman's so
time.
cool, though.
I know.
That's a great venue.
Oh, so nice. But everyone there's very flannel setting. So like there were like the average age was like 45 there, and everyone was wearing flannels, and everyone was just sitting like just bobbing around the whole time.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
Just like
Well, that's what I feel like, since I just go to almost exclusively EDM now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bored when I'm
Yeah.
at other genres.
Dude, it's tough.
I'm like, especially country, people are just like, yeah, my truck. Like,
It's hard when you have all
I'm like, I need a wah 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 wah.
Dude, it was it was funny because I've introduced a lot of my friends to EDM concerts, and they're like, I don't know if I like it, you know, blah blah blah. Like I don't know if I'll like that kind of venue. And I brought one of my friends to one, and he was like, yeah, I don't know, like this music might not be my type because listening to it at home's a little
Mhm.
different. And then we get there, and then like Subtronics comes on, and he's just like starts like fidgeting.
You
and,
just
like,
have
tweaking.
fun,
He
yeah.
starts tweaking out, and I'm like, he's like, oh my god, like why
This
am
is
I
fun.
why am I dancing around? And I'm like, this is good.
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I mean, I'm one of those psychopaths who I'll listen to that even normally, but the
Yeah.
live shows are really what
Yeah.
get you into it.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, dude, I have all these random sounds in my head all the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like
Like wubs and
random sets,
noises.
like I'm blowing steam, like whoa 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 whoa. It's from
Yeah.
a tapey set. It's a problem.
Yeah. But
But I was gonna say, I just bought tickets last night. There's a Back to the Future New Year's Eve in Nashville, kind of
Okay.
Wedgwood, Houston. Have you heard of this?
uh-uh.
So they're doing it December 30th and December 31st.
Okay.
The December 31st lineup's good. It's Rez, Mersive, people like that. But December 30th, the headliner is Levity, Back to Back, Cranked At.
Oh. Oh.
So I just bought a ticket. It's like $100.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen Levity yet. I've been wanting to see them so bad.
That
So I'm
one's
very
gonna be-
excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when Flip It came out, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
ooh.
Grab it, fold it, touch it, flip it.
And I was like, ooh.
And then I'm also seeing Mount P at the end of December.
Oh yeah, I have a couple friends coming here for that. I'm leaving town, and I really wanted to go to that because another couple of my friends who still live in Tuscaloosa, they're all doing grad school there, and they're just like obsessed with house music and EDM and anything related to just like noises. It's just like any noises, they're happy and they're in. They'll like we have a running like playlist on Spotify where anyone just adds anything that's good, and it's just like, you know.
Just put it on. That's nice. Sometimes I feel like I'm repeating too
Mhm.
much stuff.
Yeah,
Be
it
good to switch it
happens,
up.
But
Well, what have you been listening to a lot lately?
so this was another thing I just thought about, but I actually just like more recently got into a little bit of metal music.
Okay.
And because there's some correlation between like EDM and metal music.
Like the energy.
Yeah, because like if you ever see like people who go to concerts like that, they're also kind of like banging around and
Oh
doing
yeah.
whatever and
Have you
stuff.
seen that video of Metallica playing Enter Sandman? I think it was like 1995 in Russia.
I've probably seen clips of it. Yeah.
I think it was the largest concert at the time. It was
Yeah.
like 2 million people. There's
Yes.
military helicopters swarming, and like they open up, and these people are just going
Oh,
insane.
dude, it's like yeah, it's crazy how much like how popular that was too, and
Oh
how
yeah,
it's just crazy to me that
Woodstock '99.
yeah, crazy, dude. But yeah, I found there was a lot of correlation between the two. Just like
What artist are you into?
there's a couple right now. I was listening to there's this artist called Gojira, and it's like I have cousins who are like 45 years old, and this was like their era and what they listened to. So it was like they kind of showed me some music, and I was like, oh, this is kind of good. Like
Yeah,
a lot of guitar, a lot of like loudness and energy, and get you going.
do you play any instruments? I know your brother does,
I've
but
I've dabbled with piano and guitar, so kind of
a little bit,
you
yeah.
know, probably a little better at piano than guitar, but not much.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't have the
what were you
talent.
saying about? I think you were making a point about the energy between metal and EDM.
Dude, it's just I don't know. I feel the same way listening to them both now. Where like some days I'll be
Just
like driving to work and I'll hear like an EDM song and I'm like I'm ready to work. Like have a cup of
I'll let you get
coffee.
that
Yeah.
little stank face
Like
on. You're
walk
like,
in, I'm like I'm
ooh,
awake now. And like the same thing with metal. I was listening to it and I'm like just vibing to the guitar and the drums and everything. So, you know, I don't know. I thought that was good. So I'm trying to go to more concerts now like than ever.
yeah. I feel like this is a weird season for concerts.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't know. It's not super popular in the winter time for the most part. I feel like there's
Yeah.
just not as many shows.
Yeah, I feel like that's like also an outdoor venue thing because
hmm
they probably have less outdoors because of cold and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I could go to Malpia. I'm actually going to Australia in the winter with a friend in a
No
couple weeks.
way.
Yeah,
So are you spending Christmas and New Year's?
Christmas and New Year's in Australia in a couple
Dude,
weeks.
tell me
Yeah.
about that trip.
Dude, okay, really bizarre. I have a friend who lives in Florida and his family they go on cool trips all the time, and I get to be
So he has no connection to Australia. They're
no,
just going.
they're just like want to do a big family trip. His older brother's wife is pregnant right now, so they're trying to do a big trip before like kids come along. And my friend he doesn't have a girlfriend right now, so I get to be the girlfriend of the trip.
You're like, yeah,
I'm like,
+1, baby.
yeah, I know. So yeah, leaving.
Trip to Australia. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and it was crazy because they do all these crazy like excursions and everything too. And he texted me one day. He was like, "What's your weight and height?" And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like,
And
"We're
social
doing
security.
stuff." And I'm
You're
like,
whoa.
"Dude, if you're, I don't know if I'm gonna go bungee jumping off the like big bridge or whatever." He's like, "No, it's not for that. We're going hot air balloon riding." And I'm like, "All right, like this sounds
Hot
lit."
air balloon
Yeah, I
riding in
was like,
Australia?
yeah.
Oh, are y'all doing? They do safaris over there, right? Or some
I
version?
think so. I don't know. We're going to this island called Penguin Island or something too. I think they have all the penguins there.
That's
So
sick.
yeah,
Dude, that's gonna be such a cool trip.
I know. I'm shocked. I was like, I've never been.
I mean, that's about as far as you get in the world.
Dude, yeah. He sent me my flights, and I'm flying from here to LA, and then LA to Melbourne, and it's like
Oh, there's a direct from
LA.
LA to Melbourne. How long is that flight?
like 15 and a half or 16 hours. I'm like, damn, dude. All right, I guess we're in it, and had to get some work time off, and I told my manager, I was like, I'm going. Like, give me this. I need this time off.
Like
I don't know what to
when
tell you.
else am I gonna get a trip to
I
Australia?
know. So should
Oh,
be
that'll
cool.
be so cool.
Yeah.
Don't have too much FOMO for Mal P while you're in a hot air balloon in Australia.
That's the thing too, and we're also gonna be in Sydney for New Year's, which is I guess technically the first like it's like a huge New Year's spot because it's the first spot to get the New Year.
Oh, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
'cause
Like the first major
Yeah, 'cause
spot.
it's like 16 hours ahead of us or 17 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Because it's
Because
like
I went to Singapore with my dad and it was 12 hours
yeah,
from Nashville time,
yeah.
and I mean Australia is even more time zones.
Mhm. So I think that's like the first major city in the world or something like that, or I guess biggest city that's gets the New Year. So my task has been find the New Year's party for us to go to. That's my one task on the
How's it
trip.
coming?
I told him he called me earlier today and was like, "You got to start doing research on that and find tickets to somewhere or a rooftop club or something." Because
Do they have like obviously New York has Times Square. Do they have that equivalent?
I don't know. I have no
I would
idea.
imagine
I would think
they got
so.
something.
Yeah.
That's a big city.
So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited for that.
That's better than a show. A
I
trip to Australia.
I know it is pretty cool. So
Any other trips coming up?
um, not really. I'm trying to think. I did some traveling recently and just started doing weekend trips with my friends, like randomly. We all are in our jobs, like just doing the daily routine all the time, and we all got bored one day and we're like, we need to start going on random trips. So, one of my friends who lives in Florida, we went down and visited him for 4th of July and stayed for a few days, and we're like, we're
We're
gonna
in
plan.
Florida.
Yeah, he lives in Orlando and then has a condo on the beach, like about an hour away in
Yeah.
New Smyrna, which is like kind of near Daytona area, which is pretty cool. So we went and did that, and we decided there were like 8 of us. We decided that when we go on trips, we're gonna plan the next trip on that
So
trip.
where did this friend group come from?
Okay, yeah.
From college?
Backstory, yeah. This friend group was a couple college friends that kind of like slowly added a few more people in from college, or like added a random friend in, and then it turned out to be like it's probably about 8 or 9 people where we all kind of just randomly go on trips now and
Dude, that's
some knew
awesome.
each other more in college, some knew each other
Yeah.
like just from each other over time.
You guys got a group chat. You're like,
Yeah.
here's what we're doing.
Yeah, so we did that. We planned going down there for 4th of July, and then on 4th of July we booked a trip to go to St. Louis to visit another person in St. Louis. So then a few weeks later we went to St. Louis in August, and then while we were in St. Louis we booked another trip to New Orleans for a few weeks later. And so we're all finding anywhere we can go for super cheap.
Yeah.
So where it's like
Because those are super easy flights
Oh,
too, and I
Spirit
mean you could even
Airlines,
drive to St. Louis.
Allegiant.
Yeah.
Oh, I drove to St.
Spirit
Louis.
to Orlando.
It's great. It's fantastic. So yeah, I took Spirit to Orlando.
I've also taken that flight. It was an interesting experience. That was the one and only Spirit flight I've taken. And I remember before we were boarding, it was like I felt like I was at a bidding room.
Yeah.
They're like, "Who wants an upgraded seat? Going once, going twice, go do." I was like, "What is going on?" Like they're trying to sell like seats and boarding groups and stuff. I was
Dude.
like, "This is crazy."
Oh, dude, yeah, Spirit stresses me out. I've flown it.
And you got to go. So in the Nashville airport, you got to go to that other terminal.
Yeah, take the bus over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting clientele flying those Spirit flights to Orlando.
Dude, yeah, it stresses me out flying Spirit. It is interesting. It is good people watching, and I feel like I am part of that people watching a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, last time I flew Spirit, we got stuck on the runway for 2
Oh.
hours, and I was like, all right, I need to order a beer because like I can't sit on the runway for 2 hours and just like
You're like, I'm freaking out.
I need something. Like I need to just like I need to lock it and watch a movie. I would rather have like a beer to sip on. Why do this? Because I don't want to be on this airplane for however long. And they're like, we don't serve any drinks until we're in the air. And I'm like, well, can I get off?
Yeah,
And
that's
like,
a dumb rule.
I know. I'm like, this is like what? Like I can't leave. And so I was just sitting there and I was like, dang, this is stressful. And so there was a big thunderstorm, and I'm like, we're about to fly through a thunderstorm on a Spirit Airlines flight.
Yeah, those seats aren't. They're a little thin.
They're a little thin, a little stressed me out. A little bit.
I flew a lot of the budget airlines in Europe when I
Mhm.
studied abroad there, and they were always great. I
Yeah.
didn't have any issues. I flew that Spirit to Orlando. I mean, I guess that was fine. And then my only other experience in the U.S. was we did a Frontier flight to Chicago for a wedding,
Yeah.
and they just canceled the morning. It was like 10 a.m. Our flight, I think, was taken off at noon, and they just canceled the flight.
Ah.
And there was no other flights from Frontier, so we ended up renting a car and having to drive to Nashville. So now I feel
Ooh.
very biased towards Frontier and just budget airlines in general.
Yeah, that's the iffy part about them. You grab your backpack and hope for the best that they work.
Yeah, but wow, they are cheap.
Yeah.
That's trade-offs.
Are you going anywhere soon? Are you like doing any trips?
So, well, AK and I were getting married in Italy,
Yeah.
so that's my next trip. But I like what you said. You're like, when we're on these trips, we're booking other trips.
Yeah.
So I just went to Sweden for my
Oh.
master's program, which was cool. I went to
didn't even know that.
Prague. Yeah, I went to Prague. I went to Lund. I went to Dublin. It was a really great trip. But while I was on the trip, I was like, I gotta I gotta go somewhere before
Yeah.
the wedding. So I booked a
Travel bug.
flight to Istanbul,
Oh, you
which I'm
did?
so excited for. And I got that Venture X, the Capital
Yeah,
One card.
Yeah.
And I also have an Amex Gold card, and I got good sign-up bonuses on both of them. So I found a business class lie flat seat from Nashville to Istanbul for 65,000 miles, which is insane. You can't normally you'd be paying that for economy.
Yeah.
So 65,000 miles, I'm getting like the lie flat, all
Is
you
that
can
round trip?
eat, drink. No, just one way.
Okay.
Just one way. Cuz I don't know exactly where we're going to honeymoon yet. So,
Yeah. Wow.
but I'm
Yeah.
excited.
That's like $650 for like a business class flight across the world.
Yeah, and the actual dollar cost if you were to just pay USD, it was like $4,000. So it's like the point, like the cent per point ratio.
It's
Chat
ridiculous.
GPT told me it was incredible. It's like, you got to take this deal.
You have to.
Whatever you do, take this flight.
Wow.
So I'm really excited. I've been wanting to go to Turkey's been very high on my list of places I
Yeah.
want to visit. And Istanbul, I think it's the only city in 2 continents.
Is it right on the border?
Yeah, I think it's I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the only city in the world that's in 2 continents.
That's crazy.
There's countries that are split, but I don't think any of
Mhm.
their cities are, except for Istanbul. So
That's
it's half
crazy.
Europe, half Asia.
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've wanted to go there too. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I always see like the hair transplant videos of people going out there, and then they're like, "This place is really cool too." Like, I came here for this.
Yeah, they
I
are
didn't
known for
realize.
the hair transplants. It's not why I'm going,
No,
but
no.
I
Yeah.
am no, I'm excited. I need to
Yeah.
look at stuff to book and do, but
Yeah.
what's high on your list of places you want to go?
Dude, I still I haven't been to Spain, and I want to go
Mm.
because we did this summer. Yeah, I did London, Paris, and Amsterdam, and that was a lot of fun. Amsterdam was awesome. Like I think the
Let's talk about this whole trip too. So this wasn't with that friend group. This was with your
This was
old
with-
buddies
yeah.
from California.
couple California friends.
You got a lot of traveling friends.
I
It's good.
know. It's great. It's nice now. 'cause
But this
everyone-
is what you did is so awesome. I love it. It's like your childhood buddies. You're like,
Yeah.
let's go to Europe. So tell
Yeah.
us. Let's start back on how this trip happened.
Yeah, so graduated college and was like, you know what? I don't want to start my job yet. Like I need to go travel around. Like I need to do something. So it actually started off I went to California for a couple weeks and went to visit my California
Which we're
friends.
both from.
Which yes, yeah, we're both
So you
from
didn't,
Colorado.
you weren't just shacking it on the
No,
street. You-
yeah, went back to California.
places to stay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was house hopping there a little bit, but
Yeah.
you know.
And you, I mean, how old were you when you moved to Tennessee?
I think 14, maybe
Okay,
15.
yeah. So I would have been 11. So
Yeah.
you have even more like
Yeah,
memory
yeah.
of
I got a
Sacramento.
lot of good buddies there still, so it's been good. It was nice to go back. So I went back in May right after graduation to visit some friends, family, all that, and traveled around California a little bit for a while and went to Vegas and went back to
Yeah.
California. Got to see
Dude,
some.
it's crazy how big California is.
It's ridiculous. It's bizarre because I felt like you could do so much there. Like it's so cool to visit there. I don't know if I'd live there again, but I don't know if I could afford to live there again, but it's so cool to visit still. But,
And I mean, the weather's just
Oh.
unbelievable. Like I don't. There's not a better state for weather than California.
it's insane. And yeah, I went to Santa Barbara to visit a friend who was finishing school up there, and it's just like all they do there is just throw on flip flops and swim trunks all day and just walk around like,
crazy.
along the beach and like house parties and do whatever. And I'm like, this is nice. This is pretty good. But yeah, so I was talking to them when I was in California, and we were like, we need to go somewhere. So we like randomly were like, let's just look up flights to Europe. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what's cheap.
Oh,
And-
so you didn't even know when you went to California. You didn't even think like, oh, I might go on a Europe trip.
we like briefly
Maybe it
talked
was-
about
yeah.
it, but like nothing had been planned, nowhere to go.
That's what I'm like back to this point. When you travel, it just makes you want to travel
Oh,
more.
Oh yeah, that's why you got to book it on the next trip. You
You're
always
like,
want to be like,
yep,
this is
yep,
why I
yep,
travel.
yep.
'Cause then you get home and you're like, I'm kind of sad, man. Like I don't know, but yeah. So we were there and we're like, all right, well, right when I get back to Nashville, we're gonna like make a Google Doc of where we want to go, how much it costs to fly places, and we're just gonna go. So it was 2 buddies of mine, and me, and we just set up this Google Doc and we're like, there's a cheap flight, from like if we can all make it to New York cheap, there's a cheap flight that's like $250 from New York to Paris direct.
It's insane.
And we're like,
Wait, with a suitcase?
with a carry-on, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was
What airline was
it
it?
was Norse Air.
Norse Air. I've never even heard
No,
of that.
So it was a little sketchy, not gonna lie, but it was
$250 though.
it was
one
I think it
way to
came-
get.
I think after tax it was 320 maybe one way, but it was direct to,
That's
direct to
insane.
Paris.
Yeah.
So we're like, we got to do this. So I, you know,
If not now, when?
yeah. So we met up in New York, and yeah, Pete and I met up in New York, and we flew. Actually, did he fly? Maybe he flew. I think he flew the same airline as me, but it was like a different time.
Mm.
So we did the same flight, but we were different days. So I actually landed a little before him. But we met up in Paris and stayed in hostels there, and just wandered around for a few days, and then
Hostels are an experience in of it
dude, they're
themselves.
fantastic.
You meet people, they have events.
Yeah, yeah.
I stayed in one in Dublin because it was so expensive.
Was
I am pushing my, I'm getting close to 25, and I'm pushing my hostel limit. Like I did a 4-person room, but it was fun. Like we did a pub crawl. I became friends with this one guy in my room, and yeah, it was like if you want a more social trip, even if you're going solo, hostels are.
That's like the
are the way
biggest
to
thing I'd
go.
recommend. Meeting people, hostels, all of that. Going on any of like the group chat things you can find online. It's so fun because there's so many young people that just want to do the same thing
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, travel and like live, and it was the best. And it like
So we started in Paris.
Yeah,
What do you guys do in Paris?
we started in Paris. We we had to spend a little time figuring out the little metro system or the train system.
Mhm.
But once you get the train pass and it's like super cheap, you can go anywhere. Like,
Yeah, and it's I'm sure it used to be harder, but now I mean even Apple Maps tells you
Yeah.
exactly what train to take and
Yeah.
other stuff. And once you know one system, it's pretty easy. Like
Yeah.
most of Europe's similar.
It was pretty nice. So we just wandered around, went and looked at some of the touristy stuff, and then went and found
To
some
the
like,
Louvre.
yeah.
Have you seen Eurotrip, the movie?
I haven't.
Oh, Tim.
So I gotta see that.
You gotta see it. It's so good. You'll love it. I recommend this movie to everybody, but especially since I wish you saw this before because it's kind of what you guys did. You went on a Euro trip, but it's a comedy. It's super dumb. It's 100% worth watching. But they go to Paris, and at one point they're like, to the Louvre. And then they go, and there's just a giant line. It's like, it's a really funny movie.
That's exactly what happened. We got to the Louvre and we didn't even go inside. We were just like, the queue is like 3 hours long. All right.
Yeah, that's literally the scene in this movie.
That makes so much sense. We have like pictures outside the Louvre, but like we're like, we'll go to some other museum. And then we're like, after the first day, we're like, dude, we haven't even gone and seen the Eiffel Tower yet. Like we should probably go.
The Eiffel Tower is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that like it lives up to the expectation.
I mean, yeah, it's different too. It just looks.
It's just
super
a
cool.
really cool structure.
It's
And you saw it light up, I'm assuming.
yeah, and like
That's
sparkle.
it's pretty magical. Not to
It is
be all,
magical.
feely whatever, but
Yeah.
it's pretty special.
Yeah, and I know they have the restaurants in there, like in the Eiffel Tower, the restaurant in the
Oh,
Eiffel
they
Tower.
do?
Yeah, my
Ah.
sister sent it to me, but it's like Michelin star and like $1,000 a person. So
You're staying in a hostel. You're like,
yeah, you're like,
yeah,
I might have to give this like a few more years before
Yeah.
it's in the budget, hopefully. But yeah, we did that and then flew to Amsterdam. Quite the experience. One of the days there, we did as much as we possibly could in one day, where we started off the day by renting a tandem bicycle. So,
They have so many bike lanes, it's insane.
well, we're like, we're gonna rent 3 bikes because there were 3 of us at this point still, and then
Mhm.
another person met up in London. But we're like, you know what? We're gonna rent a tandem bicycle and a single bicycle because it's just why not? Bike around Amsterdam. So we started the morning, did like what's it called, stroopwafel making,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
did that, and then immediately went to the Heineken Museum. And
I
then,
did that too. That was cool.
It was really cool. That was great, and they gave you some free beer, and it was great, and got to wander around. And then from that, went to like a boat tour down the canals there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And we found all of this online on like Expedia and random things where you could do all of this.
Even
for super cheap.
Airbnb has experiences. I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew that. but
Oh
it's a-
yeah, I think I did see that, but we did all that. Went on the boat tour, and then that night went out and saw like a club there too. And it was like all in one day. We were able to do all of this, and it was pretty cheap too. But it was just like so eye opening.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah, that's
like-
awesome.
Get the travel bug, and you just want to keep going.
I love having just such a busy day like that
Oh.
too, because it's like you're like, how many times am I gonna wake up in Amsterdam? Like
Yeah.
I gotta go do stuff.
Yeah, the hostel we stayed at was an Asian lady, and she had like a little 3-story townhome that had a bedroom on the roof that was like not big at all.
Dude, you have to see Euro Trip.
Is it
There's
just
literally
like
a scene where they're in Amsterdam and they go and check in. It's not an Asian lady, it's a lady, but it's like the scene is so funny. She's basically like, there is a fireworks factory upstairs. You may all blow up. And then it's like,
Dude, it was so funny because we get in and her name was Tamika and she was the sweetest lady ever. But it was like she had a couple rooms in this place and it was like 3 twin beds, like all crammed together in one room. And she would make us breakfast every morning before we'd go out and do our stuff.
So nice.
And it was cheap and it was fantastic. And there were cats roaming around and like doing whatever. But it was awesome. We would just ride on like the main area and it was.
It's also, I love those thoughts or experiences where you're just like, what is going on? Like, this is so crazy. I'm in the Netherlands. There's cats running around. I got this random lady making me breakfast. Like, life is crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was bizarre because I'd wake up every morning and I'd be like, oh, like, I don't really know where I am, but this is great.
Yeah.
You know?
It's such a different perspective.
Yeah.
Traveling. Like, it's just, everything's a little different or new. I mean, it makes me feel like a little kid is the best way I feel. I can't explain it.
100%. It was definitely makes you want to travel more. It's hard to come back to work after stuff like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Did you use the metro at all in Amsterdam?
Not really. Oh, like the buses or
any of the public
Yeah, we
transport?
used the buses a little
Or they had a tram that ran that was super. It was the best public transport I've ever been on. Yeah. Other than maybe Singapore, but it was I was really impressed how easy it was.
Yeah. We didn't use we did use it. We did use it. Yeah, like the little like light rail type thing. We did use that a couple times. We tried biking most of the time while we were there.
That's cool though, because that's part of the culture too. They love to bike.
That might be my favorite city I've been to. I just really like the outdoors. Like we laid in the grass and like
the canals are awesome. All of it.
Outdoorsy. It's open. Everyone was pretty friendly. Like it was clean. Like everything was just like
kind of a ton to do.
Yeah, and they seem like they care a lot about like life and being able to be outdoors and have like a work-life balance kind of situation where people enjoy themselves a lot more.
Oh yeah. I was talking. There's a few people in my master's program from the Netherlands, and a few who actually live in Amsterdam. But I was like, yeah, I get 12 paid leave days a year. He was like, what? He was like, I get 36.
Yeah.
And for our master's program, he gets paid to be there. So those aren't leave days. Those are working towards his. I take all my leave days to go do my education, which is insane. I'm like, what a difference.
It is such a difference.
And I'm like, do you feel bad when you take off? He's like, no, not at all. Like, we're encouraged to take off. I'm like, yeah, that must be nice. Like, I feel bad taking off because I'm like, it's putting more on my coworkers.
It's crazy.
We don't have a culture where it's like, dude, yeah, you go ahead. I'm like, please take it off. Like, it's just not like that, at least in my field.
I know mine's honestly. It's funny because the job I'm in now, I'm in like a sales job, software sales, and I started 5.5 months ago, and they're like, technically, it's unlimited PTO, and you would think that sounds like a gold mine, right? Like you'd just be like, oh my god, unlimited PTO, like this is perfect, this is great, but the problem with it is nobody that's good at their job there takes any time off because they're all the ones that are overachieving.
Well, there's interesting research. Companies that have unlimited PTO, people take less PTO.
Yes. So this trip that I requested off
than when they have set days.
Yeah. I technically have taken 1 or 2 days off since I started 6 months ago, in total, and that's it. I think I had 1 sick day maybe, and then I took like 1 Friday off, and that was like it. And I'm like, it sucks because it's great in a lot of ways. Like sales jobs are nice because you can like hit your quota and then be able to slack off a little bit later in the month. But it's tough because it's not like they're set times for you to take off and like everyone expects it a lot more. Like if you're requesting 2 weeks off to go to Australia in the winter, they're like, well, now you got to make sure you're doing all your stuff and overachieving before.
What's tough for me is I investigate child abuse.
Yeah.
And there's a set number of us who do the role I'm in. So we investigate initial allegations of child abuse or neglect. So we don't control how many cases come in and get assigned. But if I'm out on leave, I'm a person taken out of this pool of people getting assigned cases.
Yeah.
And then if multiple people are on leave, like it will be next week, there's going to be like 3 of us getting every 3 cases will rotate back to me or the other 2 workers.
Oh wow.
So it's really hard especially when you have a lot of people out, because it does put a lot more work on the people who are there.
Yeah.
Which sucks because you also like I also want my coworkers to take time off, and it's important to take time off because it's such a stressful job. But whether we like it or not, this pressure exists.
Yeah, dude.
That, yeah,
It's tough. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good that you care about like your coworkers and stuff too, though, and people who actually care about that. I think that's a big part of it too, is having a good work culture and everything. Like that's something
Yeah.
I've always looked at for jobs, is being able to enjoy the
Well,
people I'm around. But
yeah, I do really like the people I'm around. I don't know if DCS or Children's Services overall is generally the best work culture, but you do get really close with the people you work with.
oh yeah,
And I think we do. I really like the county I work in and
Mhm.
in the team I work with, so that's
Yeah.
all positive.
yeah.
But anyways, back to Europe trip. We're in anything else in Amsterdam or move to the next
I'm trying to
place?
think. We just wandered around. We met a few locals. We met a guy who was finishing up school at Yale, which was awesome. So got to hang out with him for a couple days and wander around.
Was he was solo tripping?
He was actually doing an internship in Spain or something like that, and didn't.
Of course he was. I'm from Yale, internship in Spain.
Yeah,
God,
and he was doing.
this guy sounds like he's perfect.
He was pretty cool.
he was
Yeah,
he was really cool. He was good looking.
If you see this, you're a pretty cool guy, man. I kind of forgot his name,
Yes.
but he was great. I mean, yeah, he solo tripped to Amsterdam and was staying at our little hostel too, with like in one of the the other
Yeah,
room that was there. So we met him eating breakfast with Tamika one day. She was making him eggs too.
Shout out to Mika.
Tamika was the best.
What a queen.
She was the best. Maybe it was Tamika. I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it was Tamika. But irrelevant. Best experience.
Tamika.
I don't know. But yeah, so we did that, and then we flew to London on one of the like EasyJet or something
Mhm.
like that, or so it might have been like EasyJet or Air Voila.
That's a
or
good. So
whatever.
Paris to Amsterdam to London is
Yeah.
that trajectory makes sense.
It was the best way to go about it, and they're all pretty close to each other because this was kind of a quick trip. I mean, we did this in like less than 2 weeks or 2 weeks, so it was really.
Oh, that's
fast.
not too quick.
Yeah, it was just a couple days at each place.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
So
If it was 2 weeks, so you got 14 days.
I think it was like 11 days or something. So
Mm.
we really.
So it was like 3 days in each place.
Yeah.
like 3 full days.
3 full days
Some
in each
travel
place.
days. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
So we got to London, and we're like, we have a couple things we really want to do. First thing was go on a pub crawl and have a Guinness at all the cool like old bars that they have. So we just would wander around London and then just go have a Guinness at every cool bar that was like online and look up
Split the G.
split the G. Did that a few
Like
times.
I said, I just went to Dublin. It was crazy. I mean, that's like a science to them.
Yeah,
Guinness.
It's
I mean, they
good.
take it very seriously.
they do. They're pours
And,
and they're
What else is cool is they always serve everything over there in a proper glass.
Yeah.
Like whatever drink you get, it's in a glass that has that drink's logo and matches the drink.
Yeah.
Or in the US sometimes you'll just get like a random cup.
No,
Having a proper glass, it adds to the
it
experience.
does. I will say the Guinness glasses are great too, with splitting
The
the
little
G,
harp, it's a cool
the whole
cool
thing,
glass.
and we didn't realize too that their pints in London are like they're 16 ounces in the U.S., but pints in the U.K. are 20 ounces, which I didn't
Really?
even know. Yeah, it was
didn't know that
bizarre.
either. Well, also their what we call shooters, they call nips, is a little bit more too. So like in the US it's 1.5 fluid ounces, but over there it's like 1.76 fluid ounces. So they also have a little more.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that makes sense. It was bizarre because I'm like, I swear this beer is bigger than what I remember, but I don't know. I guess it was just an extra 4 ounces there, but it's great. Guinness was great. London's great. The Indian food there was great. I've never been an Indian food fan, and apparently they're known for their Indian
I
cuisine.
love Indian food.
Have you been to Dishoom? Have you heard of it? I think it's like a pretty famous Indian food cuisine, and we had like tikka masala and like.
Dude, I think Indian food is awesome.
Oh.
It's such an experience. You get the naan and like the
naan.
rice, and then you mix it all in, and you
Throw
just use
some-
your hands. I love it.
Yeah, there's this like. There was like.
I might have to. I was actually thinking about getting Indian tonight.
Really?
Yeah. Have you heard of Jashan? So it's a newer Indian restaurant in Nashville. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, dude.
If you got a date I don't know if Indian food is actually a good date. I'm engaged, so I'm probably not the best. Like, here's what to do on a first date,
Yeah.
or just for fun. It's not that expensive, but it's nicer. So it's like
Okay.
it's a slightly nicer place, and the food is so
Oh,
good. It's
dude.
so good.
That's a whole nother can of worms, is just like going to restaurants lately too. I used to never like going to restaurants that much, and then just the older I've gotten, I love finding new restaurants and food too.
Hmm.
So traveling helps with that a lot, because then you just
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
try random things and do
I
it
think
all.
it's really cool too when you travel to try something local,
Yeah.
like whatever they eat, drink
Oh,
is
100%.
awesome. Like if
100%.
like in Dublin, I was like, I'm doing it. Like I gotta try Guinness. I gotta try. I did a full Irish breakfast that's
Yeah.
slightly different than the English breakfast, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. And Prague, which I went to on the front end, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
And they're known for their beer. They have they pretty much everything felt like some sort of gravy and meat and
Ooh.
bread.
Yeah. Sounds
It
like
was,
Southern.
dude, it was all so good. But it's like better than Southern.
I
It's
believe
just
it.
it was insane.
Dude, I want to go there. Sounds
Prague,
cool.
you would love Prague. One of my favorite cities I've ever visited,
Really?
and I only had a weekend there.
Ooh.
I that's a city like I was in. I'm like I will definitely be back here,
Yeah.
which
That's
I
a,
don't always feel.
you
But
don't.
Prague was really cool.
That's good to know. I need to make a list. Yeah. That's awesome. I think
Budapest too.
Budapest. I've heard Vienna's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did really like Vienna. I something about Prague, Budapest, and Florence to me. Those cities all feel they they're not like they're different, but they have the same vibe in that they're super walkable.
Yeah.
They're each split by a river where there's two sides,
Okay.
and there's just so much to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna add all those to
But
my list. But
yeah,
what was like your favorite part? I know so you're doing your wedding in Florence, right?
hmm
Like, what was the deciding factor of that? Was it AK? Didn't she like work there, or
So AK, so our freshman year of college, she studied abroad there, and
okay?
actually they had a program. Florida State has their own their own location university in Florence,
Oh,
Italy. And not only that, if you study abroad your first year, they give you in-state tuition for the entire 4 years.
are you serious?
So
I
she
didn't.
went out of state, but since she did the study abroad program, she got in-state.
I
So
didn't
she studied abroad our freshman year up
yeah.
until COVID sent everybody home. And then we both studied abroad our junior year summers going into junior year. I think that, yeah. Or was it going into senior year? I can't even remember. And then she did work there after college for a bit. So so she's lived there 3 separate times.
Jeez.
It was also the first trip I ever went on to out of the country, actually, not even just to Europe, out of the country.
Oh,
My
really?
family we went to Paris, we went to Switzerland, and we went to Italy. And we went
Okay.
to Rome, Florence, and Milan. But it was such a good trip. We had this guy named Fabio who took us out to like the Tuscany region. He showed us
Oh,
Piazza de Michelangelo. Have you been to
I
Italy?
haven't. No, I haven't. That's also on my list.
Florence is really magical. Like it was of that whole trip, even before I lived there and did all the other stuff. It was it was my favorite part of that trip
Yeah.
was Florence. I mean, it's such an amazing city.
Oh, yeah.
And we were originally looking at places in Nashville, and dude, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's actually at least the places we were looking at, we were like, this is crazy. And then I think AK, she'd almost been saying it jokingly,
Yeah.
like we could just get married in Italy. And I'm like, no, no, no. We have, everybody's in Nashville. And then I think at one point she said, I was like, maybe we should. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, I know. She was like, I wasn't really kidding. I'm like, no, you're right. Like, let's do it. So then we started looking at places, and all in all, I mean, obviously there's the travel and other stuff, but and less people, but it's gonna be less expensive
Really.
for her parents than it would have been had we done it in Nashville with
Wow.
more people, which
That's
is crazy.
insane.
I'm gonna silence this. So
That's
yeah, and I'm really excited. I think it just makes a lot of sense for us because we both love to travel. We both feel we both live there.
yeah.
We both feel really connected to Florence. Like it just makes sense.
Yeah, I would say I've heard the best things about destination weddings. I have a coworker who was just talking about her destination wedding that they did in the Virgin Islands, and like they got married on the beach, and I'm like,
It's
that's like a
awesome.
story like that's probably the best story ever, and like awesome to have
Oh yeah.
the people you're close with there too, and get to like experience that
And it's
together.
it's such a memory instead
Yeah,
of I mean, there's nothing wrong, of course, with getting married more local, and it's
Right.
you can have more people and it's more accessible. I mean, it it is slightly selfish to do a destination wedding. There's no doubt about it. It's a tall ask
Yeah.
to ask
Oh
people,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
"Hey, come to Italy," and especially none of my friends, I don't think, have been to Europe that I invited, except one I think has been to
Yeah.
Ireland. But outside of
Yeah.
that, they've never been to Europe. So I mean, and it's a lot to do if you haven't been. Like even just little stuff like your SIM
Yeah.
card, currency, like what do I do when I land in the airport? If you've never
Yeah.
used public transport, so it's a tall ask, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure guys' day. Like,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to
Yeah,
do, that's
screw
what you
them.
should do.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding. It's
screw them.
it'll be a really good memory for everybody.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
it'll yeah, it'll be fun. I'm
yeah.
excited.
It's cool that you guys have both like spent time there. Like, there's history to the place. Too. It's
Yeah,
not just like somewhere you picked. It's like somewhere that you guys have both spent time in, and it's like a
absolutely.
meaningful place. Like, it's probably both of your guys' like favorite place in the world, almost. Or
It is.
yeah,
Like
so
hands down, we're like we want to figure out how to live here for at
ooh,
some point in our lives.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, I guess.
yeah.
This is a side note, but I got a flat tire in college
Mhm.
one time, which always sucks. I'm at the
Yeah.
tire shop and I'm waiting and I'm kind of bored. I think my phone was about to die and there was this magazine. I was like, whatever, which I never do. And I started reading this magazine
Yeah.
and it was talking about how people who get elective surgeries,
Yeah.
there's a huge industry now of people going out of the country
Mhm.
and staying at these super nice resorts. And it's like they're saving tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars not getting these procedures done in the US.
Okay.
And I was like, that's such an interesting thing too.
Yeah.
Because people can go to like Mexico or
Mhm.
Turkey for the hair
Yeah.
transplants, is
Yeah.
why people
Exactly.
go. And they say, like, you're going on this whole trip,
Yeah.
but you're saving a ton of money.
Yeah. I've seen a lot about that too, where it's just like people go anywhere. I know there's a lot of Europe places too that do more like specific procedures on
Hmm.
things that as well. So people go there and like find that and do all that too. And it's crazy. Yeah, it's a lot out there that a lot of people just don't know about too, unless you research it. Which I guess you can. Would you say they found this in a magazine?
Yeah, this was just a magazine sitting in like a tire shop that I was waiting for my tire to get fixed,
Yeah.
and I started reading.
There you
It,
go.
it was like a piece just covering how this has become more of a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
It
I'm
does.
like, if I ever needed an elective surgery in the
Yeah.
future, I'd consider it. I mean, obviously, you can't, something traumatic happens, you can't be like, no, throw me on a plane to Colombia. But if it is something like the hair transplant, or
Yeah.
you need something for your knee or whatever. I mean, I guess the trade-offs are you gotta make sure it's pretty good. But I think it is pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of these
Dude.
places.
I believe it. I'm sure they are. There's a lot of good medicine in different places. A lot of places specialize in different things too, which you wouldn't expect to. A lot of like U.S. citizens just assume that like we have most of the best stuff, and there's a lot of crazy places that have like better technology,
Oh
and
yeah.
better like advancements when it comes to specific procedures.
Well, and then
which is-
also people are people. There's not like a ton of variation. So like if you're a pretty well trained doctor anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter if like who it is. Like
Yeah.
you'd have an idea what to do.
right.
At least in my head, I could be oversimplifying it.
No, it makes sense.
I don't know how ours compares our training and other stuff compares to other healthcare systems, but
Yeah.
it is pricier.
Yeah. I know you randomly brought up Colombia. This made me remember. I had one of my friends just texted me last week, and he's like, "Just a reminder, we're planning a trip to Colombia in January, to go see a Bad Bunny concert in Medellin, which is like one of the big cities."
I've
there.
been.
You've been to
I did
Medellin?
a solo trip there.
I think I did see this.
Yeah.
How was that,
Dude, it was awesome. You should tag along with your friend
dude? Apparently Spirit Airlines flies there.
from Nashville.
Apparently,
No
yeah,
way.
I don't think it's direct from Nashville, but I think
Yeah.
they fly somewhere in the U.S. and then they fly to Medellin, which is insane. Which I didn't think.
You should do it. It's really cool.
I'm gonna try if I can get work.
That was one of my. I mean, it was unique to me because that was my first solo trip,
Mm-hmm.
but it was an awesome experience, and
Yeah.
it was by far the least expensive country I've been to. Like
Yeah.
I did a 4-hour guided bike tour that included 2 meals. They gave you a beer at the end. They provided the bikes. The tour told you about this whole place. It was, I think, $16 US, like whatever which is
Yeah.
like 400,000 Colombian pesos or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that about Colombia. I think I saw your thing on that too, where
Yeah, I did just put a short of it,
yeah,
a clip of it.
because I remember one of my friends, he was there with his dad a couple months back, or maybe this was like, oh, maybe about a year ago, and he said, yeah, like you go out and you get a beer and it was like 25 cents or something
Hmm.
crazy, and then he said one time he went out and they were trying to like up the charge for him because they knew he was American, and like they upped it to the point where it'd be like $1.50 for a beer, and he was like, I'm not paying that, like you guys are overselling me, and he's like, at the end of the day, they're charging me like $1 for a beer,
Oh
but
yeah, I love getting pissed though. Like I'm not a
he's like,
tourist.
what are you doing? Like, you can't charge
Yeah.
me 5 times more for the beer.
Pablo Escobar's old neighborhood is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Walking through that, there was a ton to do. And I also went hang gliding, which was
You went hang
insane.
gliding?
Is that the right term or is it? So I was like strapped to a guy and then we ran
I
off
think
a
that is hang
hill.
gliding.
I
Is
think
it
it
like
is.
paragliding or hang gliding? I think it's all kind of the same. Maybe.
Yeah, dude. I always think of Wedding Crashers.
I was
She's
just
like,
about to say
Dad
that.
did a hang glide. What an
Dad.
idiot. Good, good.
Good. More for us.
Yeah. Yeah. What a loser. It's like- but that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was
That's
cool.
that's
So you
probably
should
an awesome
go.
experience. I want to. I would love to go. I'd go anywhere at this point. Like someone could be like, we're trying to find a way to get a visa to go to Russia or something. I'd be like, sure. Like, why
Dude,
not?
I've always thought Russia would be so cool to go
I
to.
feel like it would too.
Now I will say Somalia, I think, is the one place I'm like.
Okay, yeah.
I listened to this Joe Rogan podcast of this British journalist who dude, they took him captive for 2 years
Is he
to hold him for ransom. Yeah, his mom ended up raising like $1 million and they sent it to these pirates.
Jeez.
And he's like, I think they were just kind of tired too of like holding me at that point.
Yeah.
It's been, but yeah, and then this other YouTuber, I think Drew Binksy, have you heard of him? He's big on YouTube. He's traveled every country. He does a
Okay.
bunch of videos, but he said he was like by far the least safe place I've been to is Somalia. He had to get some sort of special visa saying he was something because it's so unsafe.
Yeah.
And he said it was either a week or 2 weeks after he left the country, the hotel he was staying at got blown up in a terrorist act and like killed a bunch of people, destroyed the whole hotel.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Like that's crazy.
That would, yeah. I don't know how people. That's tough to like he probably solo traveled it too.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like how, you just.
Or he
solo-
probably had. I'm sure he had though. I think in those countries they require if you go that you have a guide or someone with
Okay.
you because they're so unsafe.
That's crazy.
I mean, honestly, there's just like, dude, a lot of Central Africa it seems, and parts of the Middle East. I'm like, I don't know. That'd be
there's a
not
lot
the
that.
best as an American.
No, yeah.
Or
I
North
mean,
Korea.
yeah. I don't know if yeah. That one's.
But there are a lot of places I would like to go.
Yeah, there's so many out there that like I haven't even thought about that. I'm sure I'd be like, sure, like yeah, I didn't even know. Like there's some random places in Europe I didn't even think about before.
Yeah.
Like I know like the Czech Republic and stuff like that, where ones were
Hungary.
Hungary. Yeah, like you don't think about them that much, or a lot of people don't. And I've heard great things about all of them. Where it's like, I'd go anywhere. I'd go to South America. Like there's a lot of cool places there.
Yeah, yeah.
My sister just went to a wedding in Brazil.
Oh, that's what'd
Yeah.
she say about that?
She said, do you know Baker Mott?
Mm-mm.
I think it was that a DJ was playing at the wedding as well there. So like that's
That's awesome.
DJ was
Yeah.
at the wedding, which is pretty famous. And she said it was awesome. Like seemed super cool. It's like a cool wedding in Brazil. Like when else are you gonna go to Brazil?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you get invited to something like that,
You gotta
go.
You gotta do it.
So
I've always wanted to go to Argentina.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just sounds cool to me.
yeah.
But I think that would be a cool place to visit.
I feel like yeah, and I know they do off the tip of Argentina, they do like a little cruise to go to Antarctica. I feel like that's got like you gotta hit all the continents at some
Yeah.
point. Like at least put it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Have you heard of the app Bin? I also did a clip
Mm-mm.
of this, dude.
No.
You got to get it. It's awesome. It BEEN,
Mm-hmm.
and you track countries you've been to. They do regions for some of the countries. So like
Okay.
Italy, you can put the different regions, cities, and airports.
Okay.
And the regions include like U.S. states.
Okay.
But it's cool. It tells you the percent of countries you've been to, what countries you've been to.
Oh, I need to add that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Do you have to pay for it, or is it?
I think so. There's a free version and there's a premium version.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for the premium. It was like $3
Yeah.
for the whole thing. I'll show you. So like this is what it looks like. So I've been to 26 countries, which is 13% of the
China?
world. Yeah, I've been to
Yeah.
China. Isn't that
I
crazy?
didn't even know that. That's awesome.
And then it highlights like where you've been. But then the regions is cool too. So like for the United States, it highlights like the states you've been in. You go
States you've
deeper
lived
into
in
it.
too.
Yeah, states you've lived in. Um, but yeah,
That's pretty cool. I need
it's
to get
cool to
that. I'm
track.
probably gonna get that.
But what I like about it too is you can see, like, you can go through, and it's helped me realize like how many countries are in each continent and other
Yeah.
stuff, and given me some ideas. So
Yeah, that's awesome. That's crazy. I feel like we haven't caught up in so long. Like it's
I know.
like I saw you at the festival, and that was kind of like first time in a while, right?
Yeah. Well, we saw at your parents' anniversary.
Right, and at the Coast Wars a little briefly.
And yeah.
So-
But it has been. I feel like before those though, it's been
It's
like,
been like
at least a year,
I know it's
something like
crazy.
that.
It's crazy how much time flies by, especially working.
It
Dude,
does.
it's just like you hit this age. Like I feel like everyone that's in this age right now that I know, between the ages of like right out of college and like 28 or something like that, like 20, 21 or 22 to 28, most of my friends and most people I know are in the same position where they're like working and trying to figure out like what their purpose and motivation is and what they want to be doing in their life. And it's like talking to everybody I know about like the balance between the working and making money and like pushing for like a better future, and then also finding the balance of like being able to travel and do all these cool things and like hang out with their family and do all the things they like doing. And it's crazy to see that now being older, because you never think about that when you're in college or before, because you're busy. You're just like, I'm in college, like this is my path. Like my path is to get through school and I'll figure the rest out later. And then later comes and we're all just kind of like,
Well, and the other thing about college is so yes, everyone's on the same goal. Like for the
Mhm.
most part, here to get a degree.
yeah,
And then you also just have so much more free time.
right.
Like you're not like, dude, I mean, I don't know what your experience was like.
I-
Mine, it was a joke.
I didn't do anything.
And COVID was obviously a part of mine. So there was a ton of online classes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I was in person in classes, like maybe 5 hours total a week.
Dude, yeah. If you
Most of my semesters, I didn't even have a class on Friday.
right, yeah.
And so it was just, it's just so much more free time. And then you start working and it's an adjustment. It sucks. Like,
Dude, yeah.
you want to do all this fun stuff, but then you're waking up early. You're just getting ready for work. You go to work. Work's tough.
Yeah.
You come back home, and then, I mean, do you have the energy to do stuff? I do, and I try hard to, but some days I don't. Some days I don't want to do anything.
Right.
And it's a lot more effort to try to have a balance.
Right.
And I see how people slip into just like, I'm not going to work out. I'm not going to do this or that, just
Yeah.
life can be hard, but it's cool. All the other stuff that comes with it too.
Right. Yeah. Of course, it's nice, like being able to support yourself and do all the things that can come with it, like being our age usually and getting a professional job and stuff and being able to afford what you want to be able to afford and like do cool things is great. Yeah. And I also have gotten to the point where like on work days, it's after work and someone wants to do something. Like most of the time, I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna cook dinner and lay down and then go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
to work the next day. But yeah, it's just cool to see like everyone transition to that period where like everyone's like self-sustaining at this point or getting to that
Yeah,
point
yeah.
where
Well, I think another difficult part. You seem more optimistic than I do, which is good. Give it another year.
yeah, I still got time.
But it's just like at this point in our professional lives, we have the least flexibility, the least experience,
Mhm.
the least say. So my hopefulness is it will get better.
Right.
Like we don't have much room to say I'm super valuable right now because we don't have
Right.
any experience,
Yeah.
and we have to get the jobs that we can get. Like I'm sure there's some people who have amazing jobs, but most of us are working
Right.
jobs that are pretty restrictive. We're not leaders. We're
A lot of
we're-
intro jobs. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's just it can be a grind, but it's
Mhm.
no, it's all good experience.
We're
I
getting
do
there.
I do remember being a little sad transitioning from college though.
Oh,
It's
dude.
just
It hits.
yeah.
It hits, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Is it's hard to picture well, I think about it all the time, like where I want to be in like 10 years, 5-10 years, and kids, family, or whatever.
So where do you want to be in 5-10 years?
That's a great question. I don't know. And I know at some point I posted a little backstory. I've been posting a lot on LinkedIn lately. Like I'm being in the sales role that I'm in. Like I
Dude,
just
LinkedIn freaks me out sometimes.
It-
Sometimes I hop on there, I get sucked in. I'm like, why am I reading like an argument in a replies of a LinkedIn post?
it's funny though, because it's now become like a big like social media app for me where like
Yeah.
I scroll on LinkedIn now instead of like on some other stuff sometimes because like it feels more productive. But
So what have you been posting?
So yeah, I started my job and I'm like, you know what? I saw a guy who worked at Oracle posting like some funny stuff where it was like, here are my like cold call openers or something, and they were all like hilarious. Like, oh, like, do you have 20 seconds for me to be mildly charming and surprisingly relevant or something like he just says like dumb stuff on there. Like, my dog just barked on my computer before I called you. I think it's a sign. Like, random
Just
thing.
throw someone off. They're like,
Yeah.
okay.
So like, it just might as well because it makes you feel more human, but it also is just funny, and it kind of blew up. And I'm like, I'm gonna start posting funny stuff. So like, a couple months ago
I don't think I have you on LinkedIn.
you
Yeah, I
can
do.
take a look. There's not too much on there yet, but like maybe once a week I'll post something on there.
That's awesome. So we're doing some content creation.
We are, cause it's like it's building a brand. It's building more interesting stuff, and I enjoy it. And people will come up to me about it sometimes.
I like that concept though, like
Yeah.
being a little more human when you're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And like it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I posted a corporate jargon thing where I was just like, what these actually mean versus what people say. Where it's like, I'm trying to think of one that was on there where it was like, I can't think of a good one. Like, everyone turn your cameras on the Zoom, and it's like making sure everyone has like shirts and pants on today. Stuff like that. Like random stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, how about you? I think you're the person I know who has gotten the single most views on a single social media post. Let's talk about that TikTok.
Oh yeah.
The infamous McDonald's Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I
So-
completely forgot about that until you started mentioning.
I
it.
forget about that all the time, and it comes up where I'm like, dang, I should have tried harder to be like a TikTok.
Like capitalize on
Yeah. So back in 2020 over COVID, I was hanging out with friends.
This video is so good.
It was pretty good, but we went over to one of our friends' places, and I'm like, I have an idea, and I really want to do this, and I've wanted to for a long time. Can we fill your truck bed up with water and ride it?
So put a tarp, fill it up with
Put
water.
a tarp in the truck bed, fill it up with water, and then ride in it somewhere. And my friends were like, I don't know, like, this isn't a really good idea. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy a tarp. I didn't have a truck at the time, so I grabbed one of my friends, and I was like, we're gonna do this. And they're like, okay, this could be
Like,
fun.
he got the tarp. He's
Yeah.
kind of serious.
So then we're like, you know what would be funny? Like, we got the tarp, and we started hanging out and like screwing around on the truck bed, like with like this pool of water in there, and we're like, we got to go to McDonald's and do something funny. Like the Travis Scott, like Travie Patty trend is going.
Just
on
came
right now.
out, yeah.
Just came out. We could go through the drive-through and be like, you know why we're here. You know why.
And then you play the
and
song.
then play like sicko mode.
Yeah.
And so we did that.
Dude, it's genius.
Yeah. So we did that and we filmed it, and
It's so funny though, because you didn't have any like social media
No,
posts before this. Like, it's such a funny thought that you guys just came up
Yeah.
with for no reason other than like, we think this is gonna be funny.
yeah, I was just like, this would be funny, and a bunch of us filmed it, and a couple of us actually posted like their point of views, and mine was the one that just like after.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was gonna say like maybe
Like, you know why we're here.
like 45 minutes after, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing has like 4,000 likes in like 45 minutes. I'm like, that's kind of a lot. And then we like went around and like, I think we went to like Sonic later that evening or something, like screwing around. And then I look and it was like 25,000 likes and like
Dude, that's
25
crazy.
minutes later. And I'm like, oh wow, this is like growing fast. And I remember that evening I would check it every like 20 minutes, and it was just like,
You're like, this is what's going on.
like literally 20 minutes later, it would be like 20,000 more likes. And I'm like, how is this happening? So yeah, it ended up getting like 2.1 million likes and 11 million views.
It's insane.
And it was just like, and
Did you post it on other platforms, or was it
No,
just
so
TikTok?
I got-
People probably stole it.
I probably got like, so I got,
Oh, I guarantee people stole it, dude.
oh, they did.
Posted it.
So I got like, people duetting it. And then I had probably, I think it was like 30,000 followers in 2 days. Yeah. On TikTok.
So do you still have 30,000
I have like
followers on TikTok?
29,000 right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You put some of the LinkedIn content on there.
I probably should. I've posted a few other videos on there that I've gotten, like, I think I have 2 other videos or 3 other videos that have like maybe 100,000 likes. But
Dude, that's a ton.
I know, but I never,
100,000 views or likes?
I think likes. Yeah, there's one. I think there's one that has like
That's
80,000 and
crazy.
one that has like 120,000.
I just got 60,000 views
That's good.
on a TikTok post. It took like probably like 100 But I'm like, yeah, let's go. Disco Lines. It was Maddie saying I want to be a Disco Lines groupie. It's the clip. And Disco Lines reposted it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Don't we all want to be? I didn't even know he reposted. That's awesome.
Yeah.
By the way,
But I got that feeling. I was checking it, except the numbers were a little different. I'm like 100 more likes.
that's awesome, dude. I mean, that is great, and it is bizarre because it's like I would post a couple other videos after that, and I had no idea what to post. I had, that like,
Well, because you weren't in a position where you were making content. You didn't expect that to blow up.
no,
So it's not like you had this plan, like, oh, when this gets big, I'm just gonna post these, and then
no. It was like I had no direction, and I had every single person related to my life bring it up to me, and then I had DMs from like World Star and other stuff to like wanting to post a video, and I didn't know how to go about it because. Like,
and you didn't even have ChatGPT back then.
No,
how do you navigate
I
this
had
stuff?
no idea what to do. Like all like Barstool, all them wanting to repost it. Travis Scott reposted it.
So do you have to give them permission?
Technically, you do. So I think you can.
You could like sue them.
I
if
think
you...
something like that, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
So
how to
were you
make,
just like, yeah?
I didn't know how to make money off of it either. So it was like, what?
Did you make any?
I think I ended up making a couple $100. I posted a part 2 of it that got like I don't know, 50,000 likes. And I was able to make money off of that
like
one.
Monetize that one.
Become a content creator before I posted that one.
Yeah. Oh, but because you weren't, you couldn't then monetize.
I had like 40 followers before.
Yeah.
And it just like.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So.
Crazy.
Yeah, we got to look at that. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, we can clip of this and maybe do a collab or something anyways, because I don't know how to capitalize or use any of that. And
yeah, it's a weird world. And I had Modell Highlights, the football channel.
I do remember that. You got views on that too.
Dude, between all my videos, I had like 45 million views. I had one video over 10 million. It's called Craziest College Football Plays of All Time.
I remember. I forgot about that.
But none of it was my content. So I put a lot of work into making those videos, but I made no money. Wow. I had a few sponsors, but dude, I made like nothing.
Yeah. Dude, that was a while ago. That was like 10 years ago, was it not?
Yeah, I think probably when I started it. And I only edited from my phone too, which was crazy.
That's insane.
And it was before screen recording
like
or anything, so
something?
I would download. Sometimes I would download entire clips of games to get a single like 5-second play. Wow. So it was. I used Video Shop. Was that?
That you used Video Shop on your phone, and you were like a teenager.
You know what's crazy? So Video Shop, it was. I have the full version on my phone. I'm like grandfathered in. It was like $3. Now it's like $160 for the full version every year. It's like a subscription.
And you can use it unlimited now still?
Yeah,
forever?
because I paid for the full version, so I'm like grandfathered in. But now, if you wanted it, it'd be a subscription, which is cool. But it's easier to do stuff on a laptop.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes
well,
sense.
in some ways, it's easier to do it on a phone.
Yeah.
There's just more you can do, more space and other stuff. But
it's crazy though.
Yeah, no, I felt the same way though. Looking back, I'm like, I could have capitalized more.
Mm-hmm.
I could have spun it. I actually, what I want to do is I want to do a video talking about it, and then YouTube now allows you to do joint post.
Mm-hmm.
So then posting with my Modell Highlights, which still has like 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So I just need I don't know, but I don't script any of these, so I guess it would just be me kind of doing a podcast talking about it. Yeah. But I might just do that and just see what happens.
Dude, you should switch the channel to this now. Can you do that? Like,
I don't want to delete, so I can't. That other channel, Modell Highlights, is completely unmonetized because it's all copyrighted content.
Right.
So I would have to delete or hide every video.
Mm.
I want to leave it because I like it. I like what it is, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'll ever post football highlights again, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. I had that thought when I started this podcast. I'm like, I could, but I'd rather grow this separate, like more independent of what it is. Because it is just a different thing. But I definitely want to do a joint post.
Yeah.
Because it is, dude, it is just, YouTube's a weird world, and so is our podcast, because it's a big ask to ask someone to watch or listen to hours of people talking.
Right.
So most of these just don't get that many views, but the short form content gets more views. But then it just takes one video that could like blow up, which, I mean, like Modell Highlights, I had a couple that did.
Yeah.
And that is crazy.
I think the short form content is huge now. Like,
yeah, you almost have to do it.
You do, yeah. Like it's the way to get like the important stuff out there, and everyone has short attention spans, and it's just like dude,
our attention spans are so short. It's crazy. It's bad.
Yeah. I where I work, there's a lot of people I know that I work doing sales where we make phone calls and emails and all that. They'll like scroll like 5 reels and then make a phone call and scroll 5 reels and make a phone call.
It's
Like
crazy.
that's the life it is now, where it's just like,
Dude, my little sister, she'll be like scrolling on TikTok while on the phone with her friends while like playing an instrument. I'm like, there's too much going on. I know for myself, like I do so much better and I struggle with this when I'm just focused on a single task. Like it's like as soon as you log on to Instagram, it's like your brain goes elsewhere. And even when you go back to what you're doing,
yeah,
you're not fully back to what you're doing.
no. What and that's the other thing is I know a lot of people nowadays, and I do this sometimes, where you turn on a TV show and you're on your phone the whole time while you're
It's
watching.
crazy. I'm like, I have to keep rewinding. I'm like, I don't even know what just happened.
Right. Like what? It's like background noise at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, it's not good.
no. Yeah, I gotta get better about that too.
You gotta like actively fight against it.
I know. I have days where I don't touch my phone for a few hours. And I'm like, this
It's
is good.
nice.
This is nice.
Yeah. I do that when I run. I don't listen to music. I don't bring my phone. Like I went on a long run this morning, and it's just so nice. I do love that time.
No music, just
run.
that's nice.
It is nice.
Look around a
It's
little bit.
Gorgeous morning.
Yeah, it's been
It's
nice
November. I mean, it was sunny. It was like, I think it was probably 50 degrees when I started running, up to 60 by the time I ended. I mean, it's just, it's perfect
This
running
is good
weather.
Yeah. I drove here with my windows down the whole way.
Oh yeah.
Like 30 minutes.
So yeah, it's pretty unbeatable.
I know. Huge fan. I'm big fan of good weather. I mean, that's part of the California.
It's hard not
blood
to be,
too,
right?
But yeah,
I
it's
think anyone's like, I just loving. Some people do.
yeah.
Anna Kate, I wouldn't say she prefers a rainy day. She's okay with a rainy day.
Dude, I'll do a rainy day like once a month, but like I
Yeah.
don't know, like
There is something nice though if you really can just chill and relax and it's raining and you're like,
yeah.
you don't feel bad like, oh, I could be outside doing something, but but it goes back to our laziness. I gotta stop.
We gotta stop. This is turning into motivation here.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
We are gurus.
Yeah.
Should we just turn this into a David Goggins podcast?
It should be.
Who's
yeah.
gonna carry the
Wake
boats?
up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Get after it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we diverged. I asked this, but 5 to 10 years. What do you see your life
Wow,
like?
yeah. Okay. So this is where the LinkedIn post came in because I posted a LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's
yeah. Let's go full circle.
Full circle moment. But I posted a LinkedIn post 2 weeks ago, in which a couple people came up to me and told me they really liked, and it was, me saying, thinking about where I want to be when I'm 35 or 40 years old. What do I want to be doing? And what I said I wanted to be doing was I wanted to be 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. on like a Tuesday evening, and I'm yelling at my kid to either run harder, or do better, or hit the ball further in some sport, like being his baseball coach or something like that, or maybe not yell at him, but just like or encourage him or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was that's where I want to be. Is I want to be able to be like 100% there and like pushing my kids' sports.
That example actually says a lot. It says one, well, I have a family.
Yeah.
2, I have the time and energy and focus and care enough about being a parent that I'm able to be fully present.
Yeah.
And 3, I care enough about my kid. I want him doing stuff and being successful and he's playing sports.
Yeah.
So it like that little analogy does actually give a good glimpse.
That was what I thought because I had a conversation. This may have been like 8 years ago with my brother-in-law, who's 35 now, where he said the reason I wanted to work hard now is I want to be able to coach my kids' sports when I'm older, and that's always stuck with me. Where I'm like, that's what I want to do too. Like I want to be able to go out there and be able to be successful enough to where I can have kids and have a family and be able to coach their sports and be able to focus on that and not have to be like doing other things, not able to be there. So I posted that on LinkedIn, and that's like kind of one of my goals is like, this is why I'm working now. Like, why are you working now? Like, what's the reason? And it's like, well, I want to be able to do what I want to do and like, buy things and go on trips, but I also want to be able to support a family and not have to stress about it as much like when I'm older, which we'll see if we can get there and be successful enough to like do the things that I want to do.
Well, the fact that you're thinking about it is a good thing in of itself.
Yeah.
Because there is of course you can't script your 5 to 10 years.
Right.
And there's always, I mean, life's messy and we're messy and there's like, you can't foresee everything.
Right.
But the fact that you even think about it is a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good point. I think I'm sure you've heard something similar to this, but no one's on their deathbed like, I wish I stayed in the office more hours and spent less time with my family. It's always quite the opposite.
It's always opposite. Seems like everyone I've seen posts about it where they're like people get older and the one thing they always want is to spend more time with family. And
Yeah.
that's
Well,
everyone's always
I
wish,
had
their
Dave
friends.
on here.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
has cancer, obviously, for anyone who doesn't know or didn't see that episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, he's like, now I just want to spend time with my family and
Yeah.
friends and kids, and you know, he's like, and Dave's so, I mean, he's so great, and like his
Yeah.
perspective's great, but even a little bit, I think he was saying, he's like, I understand why I worked like I did. He's like, in retrospect, I wish, you know, I did have some more conversations with my kids or was around a little more. Um, and I think he did balance it well, but
He
he
did.
still
Yeah.
felt that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's what you live for. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
But at
the,
this stage in his life, it's all that matters.
right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter going and making more money or doing other things, or it's all comes down to like, what do you want?
Relationships.
Yeah. Relationships, being with people, enjoying the presence of others, and
Yeah.
building connections.
Well, I think, and I talked to Austin about this yesterday too. God, we got into some crazy discussions, but I was telling him one of my biggest values, and I'm curious how you feel about
Yeah.
this or you think about this, but I was like, I would put my health before relationships, with my thought being, for a simple analogy, like, you know, on the airplane, they're like, if your oxygen mask comes on, put yours on before helping others. So I'm like, if I don't take care of myself, if I don't work out, eat decent, you know, make sure like I'm doing what I need to do for my mental health, all of that, how can I have good relationships and help others and take care of
Yeah.
others? So I think putting my health as a priority is important. Now, it's not as simple, right? There's very few circumstances where you're like, I have to choose health or relationships.
Right.
It's both. But I think that framework in my head makes a lot of sense to me, at least.
Yeah. No, I actually agree there. I was thinking about this the other day, where it, like, the scenarios where, like, if you're ever like not giving enough effort to like the relationships you have, or being the best you can be for the other relationships, it comes back to like being your best self first before you can do that. Like
Mhm.
mental health, physical health, all of that. Like, I want to be able to, yeah, support yourself before you can support others. So when you do support others, you're capable of
Yeah.
doing it the best you can.
And even for like a more, I don't know what the word is, like, I don't know, I'll just say it. Even for a more, I guess, like, practical, specific example,
Yeah.
like in this analogy of being there for your kids' sports, if you're obese and you like, you can't run, you can't move, like, how are you going to play sports with your kids?
Right.
What are you going to do when your kid wants to go run around, or, you know, throw him a baseball and you're like out of breath? Like, that
Mhm.
sucks.
Right.
Like, being in good health to be able to take care of your kids and having energy to do things. I mean, that's really important. I think like energy, that's what I want, is just energy to do things. And I
Right.
think I do have a lot of energy just naturally, fortunately, and I think I do things that help me to have energy. I'd be very, very sad if I felt just lethargic.
Oh,
I mean, which I
dude.
do sometimes, but
Yeah.
most days I feel like I get up, I'm like, I can do what I need to do today. Like,
Dude.
and move forward. But God, it would just suck to not have energy.
Yeah. So this reminds me, back over in a couple of years ago, what was this? Second semester of my sophomore year in college, I got pretty sick and was like
I kind of remember this.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I like, they didn't know what it was for a while, where I was just like, I'd wake up in the
It
morning.
was like your lungs too, right?
It was
Or-
like my whole body, like I would get headaches, and then my heart rate would be all messed up and fluttering, and then I'd be super weak all day. And they didn't know what it was for a while, and I ended up having to drop out of school for that semester, and I was
yeah.
pretty much bedridden for a couple months, where I was going and getting tests done, and they didn't know what I had, and it kind of came to the assumption that it's somewhat either COVID related, like somehow like related to either the disease or whatever it was. Like, could be anything.
Dude, that's the scariest thing in that case, is at least if you know what it is, you're like, all right, we know what it is. Here's what we got to do. Here's what we can't
Yeah.
do. The fact that you don't know what it is terrifying.
It was terrible, and they still don't know, and I still have some side effects from it, but it's like, it was my whole body, like my stomach, my heart, my head, like all of it was just off. Like,
You just
everything-
like couldn't function.
No, I lost like 15 pounds, and I couldn't get out of bed most days, because I'd get up and I get really bad vertigo, or my heart would start fluttering, and it was,
Dude,
and
whoa.
yeah. So I had to go to Utah, and I went to like a brain clinic there, where they did some studies on me, and because there was a lot of relation to people after the pandemic. They were like, they didn't know if it was what it was, or like what was going on, and that was like eye-opening too, because you gotta like, how do you fix your mental health and physical health when you're unable to do certain things?
Yeah,
So,
and even like mental health aside, having those physical symptoms, like
dude,
how could you have good mental health?
you
Like you're just focused on like how do I not feel absolutely miserable right now?
right, yeah. So I had to wake up
Oh,
every morning, and to keep myself sane, I would write down a list of everything I could do that day that I was able to do. Because some days I felt good enough to go to the store and like walk around or something like that. Some days I couldn't do as much.
dude, this is giving me chills. Like that, like for you in that moment, it's like going to the store is a big
Dude,
accomplishment.
it was on my the big list today. I'm going to the store, I'm doing laundry,
Oh,
I'm
dude.
finishing the TV show I want to finish, and it was like, then it got to the point where it was like, I'm gonna go do the recumbent bike for 10 or 15 minutes because that was all I could do. Like I couldn't,
What's a recumbent
like the
bike?
one where you're seated, like the
Oh, yeah,
seated
yeah,
back
yeah.
recumbent
Yeah.
bike or something like that. Like, I'm gonna go do that for 15 minutes, or I'm gonna go on a walk today. Like, I'm gonna see if I can do a half a
Like
mile walk
move,
or
yeah.
whatever. And so like I had to write down my entire day, and I'm literally like, I wasn't in school, I couldn't do schoolwork, and it was just like whatever I could do to just like keep going, because I'm like, I got like, we don't know when it's gonna get better, we don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, it was definitely like mind building strength thing too, because once I got
Dude.
to the point where it started getting better, the appreciation for like physical health, mental health, like being able to do things,
Being able to go to the store,
being
go
able
on
to
a walk,
being
like
able to
it's
wake
the
up and get
simple,
out of bed was like,
yeah.
yeah. And yeah,
Wow.
you know that feeling like when you have a stuffy nose and you like think like, oh, like I never appreciate not having a stuffy nose, or like,
Dude, I had a cold last week. I was like, God, it's we really take for it wasn't even that bad, and I felt like
yeah, or a
terrible.
sore throat, and you're like
Yeah,
see
and
like right
everything's a
now,
little cloudy.
like
You're just
if your
like,
throat's not sore right now, like take it for appreciate it a little bit,
yeah.
because when you do have a sore throat, you're like, like I don't appreciate
Well,
it.
what you had sounds much more intense and
Mm-hmm.
scary, but I spiral fractured my fibula.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and I couldn't walk for a bit. I was on crutches. I ran 8 miles that morning, and then in the Guadalajara parking lot playing
Oh,
sharks and minnows, someone bumped into me, complete accident, twisted weird, snapped my fibula,
oh,
and it was.
some sharks and minnows.
I talked about this with Austin yesterday too, but I remember being, and I told you, I like health is a big priority.
Yeah.
I pride myself on having energy. It was, I mean, one, it was really, really physically painful the first 2 weeks. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as I got out of bed, it was like the blood rushed, and I've never felt anything like it. And I didn't have any pain medications because I was still working and driving and going to see
Oh,
kids and stuff. So
geez.
I didn't want to take opioids while I have
Yeah.
to drive.
Yeah.
Um, but it was dark, dude. I remember thinking like in the moment, I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna feel okay again. Like I can't walk like this. I just felt terrible. And it
Yeah.
was, and then a few months later, or more than a few months, but I ended up running the Rock and Roll Half Marathon,
Yeah.
and I ran a sub hour 40, which is insane. I didn't even think I'd run that fast, and
Yeah.
I beat all my friends. I ran really hard, and I was tearing up like going through the finish
Dude,
line because I
yeah.
was like, I can't believe like so I do get that perspective, or even
Yeah.
the run this morning, even when I don't want to do it, I'm like, just be so grateful that you can.
Right. Yeah, you take a lot for granted. Like, I mean, it's just the way it goes, and it's hard to have like the mindset because you don't see the other side until you do. Like you don't know
Yeah.
about it.
I
You
mean,
don't.
what a crazy perspective. I think that also another thought there is like if you want to do something, like you want to start posting on LinkedIn, or I want to do this podcast, or you want to go travel, it's so easy to push off like, well, when I have this money, or when I'm here, or when I'm that, you might not be there.
Right. Yeah, and that's
So like if not, like if you want to do something, like it sounds cliche, and I feel like you get in front of a microphone, you start saying stuff all cliche, but like really do just like go do it. Like what,
dude.
like the
Yeah.
alternative is not good. There's too much unknown in the future. Like live
Do
today.
what you want to do, and
All you have is today.
yeah. And I saw a couple of videos the other day. It was like Austin Butler, who's an actor. I don't know if you know Austin Butler,
Mm-hmm.
and it might have been
Of
him
course, dude, he's great.
and Jacob Elordi. I think they both said similar things where they were like, we don't feel enough. I think also Butler said we don't feel enough embarrassment nowadays. That is an emotion that people don't feel enough, where
Mm.
people don't go out and do things that they want to do and go
Like
do
they're
things.
worried
They're worried they're gonna be embarrassed. They're worried they're gonna like make a fool of themselves, like posting stuff online, doing all that stuff. No, people don't do it because of embarrassment. And he's like, that's something people need to feel nowadays. And he meant it in a positive way. Like,
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
it's the only way he got to where he was, because he went out and did plays and he went out and did shows.
He was probably terrible when he started.
No, it's
As is this podcast. That's just like when I start. Seriously, like when Jack and I started, I was using my computer camera. It looks terrible.
yeah.
I had the microphones hooked up, didn't have the right setting. We were just talking. The computer was picking it up. We were not talking into the microphones. Like, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
The only way to get better is by doing stuff.
That's how you.
And if I was too embarrassed to record with Jack and upload it, I wouldn't be here or like having a conversation like I did with Dave, which is insane. Like,
yeah. This is how you get there, and you got to start somewhere, and everyone just wants to skip the starting.
I like that concept.
Yeah.
We should be more okay with being embarrassed.
People should be okay with being embarrassed, because it's part of life, and at the end of the day, like, so what? Like,
yeah. Well, and I will say, starting this too, I do have a new appreciation for people who do put themselves out there. I think I kind of always have, and I've talked about this too, but one of the best compliments I ever got is when I just started DJing in college.
Yeah.
And I like we really were not that good. Like we didn't even have that many songs downloaded. Grant and I, the guy was like, yeah, if you bring people, whatever, we'll let you play. Like we didn't know how to we didn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
But this one of the girls in our friend group, she was like, Joe, that's so cool that you put yourself out there. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, I think she said just it was something like that. And then I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, there's so many people like, oh, I so be a DJ or start a podcast or whatever. I'm like, but these people don't do it, but then they'll judge you for doing it.
Right.
So I feel like I always appreciate, even when it's embarrassing or ridiculous, someone putting themselves out there and trying something.
That's
like, at least you tried.
right. That's a huge thing. It comes with everything in that life. It's sports players. Like, I felt this way when I was younger. Like, I was worried to put in 100% effort into some sports, and it was like, because I didn't want to fail or what? Like, why would I not want to do it? And I feel like it's that way with anything. And I have a couple coworkers who are like semi-influencers and stuff, and some people are like, it's like stupid that they post that stuff. And I'm like, well, why? Like, so what?
So what if it's stupid? At least they're doing something.
Yeah, it's like, look, like
it's very easy to judge, and we're wired to judge.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
hey,
I think it's great. I think it's great when people do things too. I
agree. Go do more weird stuff, people.
I know. Yeah. Dude, I know. I can't wait until you hit your 1,000th podcast and we have a big party.
Oh yeah. We'll have a huge we'll make it out of the country. Why not?
Yeah, there we go.
Well, what got you out of this?
Out of this, like, the sickness?
Yeah.
So it was kind of over time. Like, I still have like some relapses. Like, I still have like stomach issues and stuff, and issues with some exercise. And it's been
so like some days you wake up, you're like, oh no, like
kinda. It's weird. I did so many tests and like stuff, and they diagnosed me with random stuff because they're like, you're kind of having weird issues, which makes sense, and like
which makes sense but doesn't make any sense.
You know, like, this is bizarre. So over time, it slowly kind of got better. Like, it got worse for probably 8 weeks, and then like 8 weeks was like the worst point, and it slowly started to get better. And over time, I would exercise more, a little more every day, eat a little more every day, be able to do a little more every day, to the point where like I started feeling like myself again, and it just like kind of faded on its own. I tried a bunch of medications, I tried a bunch of vitamins, and it just came down to like, it was like a time thing or something, which is bizarre.
I think I mean, not to go back to my broken leg, but that was yours is more complicated, but that is what happened. Time fixed it.
Yeah.
And in the moment, I was like, I'm never going to be okay. I'm never going to walk normal. I'm always going to like, but it is even, I feel like even just emotional problems or other stuff we have, or like we feel bad about stuff. It's crazy how much time heals things.
It does. Yeah.
Like the things we think are a big deal in the moment, they very seldom are.
Oh yeah. It just usually ends up being a blip. And that's why, you just got to go for it. I got to turn into motivation. This is like a whole motivational podcast now.
I know, dude. Like, this happens sometimes. You get in front of, you're like, well, I feel like you get in front of a microphone and you say stuff that you think that you want to be useful for people. At least I feel that way.
Yeah.
But then it comes back to this stuff, and of course, I always clarify too. Like, obviously, we aren't perfect, and we don't. I still get distracted and do random stuff, and I'm not. But I think it is good to talk about and reiterate some of the things that make sense.
Right.
And if you want to do something, do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
what Nike. It's the best logo
It is.
or
Just do
slogan.
it.
Just do it.
It really is. So, I mean, yeah. It's not like we know anything. It's just like spitting thoughts out that people have. I
Yeah.
think this is great. This is why podcasts have become popular because it's just people spewing their thoughts out there now. Where it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, like that could be interesting. People might like this, or I hear something in a podcast. I'm like, this is cool. Like,
Yeah, definitely. And there's different forms too. Like the way I do it is very unedited.
mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, random. I don't
Yeah.
have a specific topic,
Mm-hmm.
even though I seem to, obviously, I do the DJ sets and I feel like I maybe skewed a little too EDM when I like other stuff too.
Yeah.
But I've done the stuff with Heina and other stuff. But then
Mm-hmm.
there's also podcasts that are more edited or
Yeah.
shorter or more specific. And then, but there, I mean, there's just such a range. And I do like this format. It's obviously like
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan's the biggest example of it,
Right.
but it's just conversations.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's cool to have messy conversations or just random thoughts instead of just the highlights
Right. Yeah. It makes
or
sense.
not
'Cause
highlights.
that's how you get the real information, like the real thoughts out, and
Yeah.
things will come up that you didn't even know to think about. Because just like,
Yeah, we had I hope people believe it, but really there's no scripts on any of these.
no, it
We
makes
didn't
sense.
even
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured, but I didn't know because well, now I'm here, and it's just like,
We're
all
just
right, let's sit down
talking.
and talk. There's no prep, there's no nothing, and I think
Yeah.
it's great because, like, I don't know, we haven't caught up in a while, and now we're talking about life. Like,
It's great.
Yeah.
Is there stuff you do currently or stuff that's changed like to take care of your health given everything?
So kind of. I mean, I watch what I eat a lot more. Like, I don't eat like I used to, I guess. I used to eat a lot of crap, and I still kind of eat some crap, but it's more on a stricter schedule where on weekdays I'm not super capable of snacking much anymore because I like still have stomach issues with it. So I kind of like keep myself on a schedule of eating meals more. It's more on weekdays. On weekends, it's weekend and I don't know, but that's a big thing. I just actually ordered this new vitamin stuff. Like, vitamins have been kind of helpful too, like making sure I'm getting all my nutrients and stuff. Cause I don't know. I try to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and stuff and want to like keep that good. And then, um, hydration's been huge. Like, a lot of the simple things you don't think about. Like, that was a big thing. Like, a lot of the doctors were like, the first steps that you should always try when you're not feeling good are sleep, hydration, and nutrients. And if those three things, if you're doing all those things consistently and start doing them more consistently and you still feel like shit, then there's probably something wrong. I don't know if you can cuss on here, but
You can.
it's open. It's open.
Don't you worry.
dialogue.
I
But
had Doug on here. He was cursing up a storm.
yeah, but yeah, that was a big thing where it was just like doing those, and those did help a lot. Where
Yeah. Well, it
hydration-
is funny. I think people get way out into the weeds and specifics when we talk about health. Sleep, move your body, eat more whole foods.
It's yeah,
Do those three things before. I've ranted on this podcast multiple times. I hate, a huge pet peeve of mine is people who are like, Diet Coke is bad for you. There's so many other things you should worry about before Diet Coke is bad for you. And most of the people who say that are not doing those things.
exactly.
And then there's people who say that normal Coke is better for you, which is, it's just crazy.
But it's just yeah, people they get pigeonholed into one thing.
The
and it's
idea
like
of Diet Coke is bad for you is exactly that. You're
Yeah.
getting pigeonholed into like something. Well, the aspartame. Okay, whatever.
yeah.
Get enough sleep, go work out, eat
Yeah.
more whole foods, then worry about Diet
I was
Coke.
gonna say, but that's later down the picture. It's like the rest of the stuff you're doing is
Drink more water. Like
these are the first steps, and 90% of people aren't doing them. So it's
Mhm.
like that's the crazy thing is how much they really help. And I think like even some sort of meditation, like sitting down and like doing some breathing exercises. That was the thing I did. Breathing exercises and calming the body. It's
oh,
like
interesting. That's something I've never delved much into,
I
but
I
I
would
know it's beneficial.
it's super beneficial. There's like random apps and stuff, and there's like even like tones you can listen to and stuff. And I didn't know if I bought into it much before, like being able to do that stuff, but it's like subconsciously calming your body and like keeping
Well,
things.
especially if it sounds like your body was just in a state of like constant stress.
It's a constant stress, and it was just like out of whack.
So having a tool to just be like, just relax.
But it's good for
Have
everybody.
you heard of the psychological sigh?
I don't think so.
Huberman. Do you listen to Huberman at all? He
No,
talks
not
about it.
really.
It's a very simple tool, but and I think there's some research to back it. But if you do a deep inhale through your nose with another short one to like fully expand your lungs, and then blow out very softly through your mouth, it like calms
Yeah.
you down. And you only need to do it like 3 times. So it's like, and then it just
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
settles you.
that's a big thing too, is the slow exhaling too.
Yeah.
It's good for your regulating your heart rate too.
I did it kind of fast on the example, but yes.
But all of that's been like, it's beneficial, and I think it's good for everybody. I don't think a lot of people do enough for that. I don't know. That should be focused on a lot more when people think about health, is just ways to keep your body like steady and okay with the drinking water, eating food, exercising.
Yeah, you don't need to go buy super expensive supplements or
No.
random stuff, and you don't need to work out for 5 hours in a
No.
day, and you don't need to worry about Diet Coke.
No, you don't need to worry about Diet Coke. Yeah, unless you're like really diving into it, that's down on the list.
Yeah, I mean, right. It's like I think an example. I don't know if you run at all now, but
I don't know, but
so I really like to run, and there's different types of running shoes, and they're the most modern type are these carbon plated running shoes.
Okay,
also
yeah.
the most expensive, and I don't own any. So they do help performance.
yeah, because they spring a little more.
Yeah, they spring a little more. They don't last as long. They're expensive. But for the vast majority of people, and myself included, even who I like to run a lot, like I just don't need those shoes. I'm not an elite athlete.
Yeah.
I don't care if I get 3 seconds off of my, like race time.
Right.
It's like that's for these super elite athletes who need like every second matters. They need this edge.
Right.
So for most people, like, just sleep, move your body,
Yeah.
eat good enough. You're
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
That was the other thing too, is if you exercise for 30 minutes, like if you exercise for 30 minutes every day or something like that, that's enough to get you like.
Well, a focused 30-minute workout can be a really hard workout.
Yeah. I think that's
Like you could, if you superset, you could hit like 6 different weightlifting stuff like in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're efficient with it.
Right. That's what I'm
Let
saying.
alone 30 minutes of straight cardio is pretty good if you're going at a moderate intensity.
Yeah. If you go on a run for 30 minutes, I mean, honestly.
Well, I want to shift gears.
Yeah.
So this is kind of random, but Austin, who I don't think you met him, but I did the podcast with him yesterday, and we probably talked for like 40 plus minutes about this, and we had it was a good debate. But we were debating the idea of morality.
Okay.
So I'll frame it just how he said it, and I'm just curious, do you think morality is objective or subjective?
Like per person, or like, what do you mean? Is it
so I'm trying to think how we set it up.
like it's
Like the concept of morality, like right and wrong. Is there?
do you think it's like it varies by, like, do you think it's like set in stone, or
yeah? So is it objective in the sense that like there is this truth? There are things that are moral. There are things that are immoral. Or is it subjective in the sense that it's up to the interpretation of people and cultures and other stuff?
Ooh. I think it's a mix in some way, where like, I guess the best way to describe it, how I think about it, is morality. Like there is a sense where there are certain things that are objective, of course, that are like all encompassing, but then like it does vary in some ways subjectively based on scenarios. And I think that way it comes down to that with like the development of humanity and other things as well, where like, like the Bible, like they had like their morals and values at that time, and that was subjective compared to now. Like a lot of things change, but then there's also things where it's objective in the ways where like there's, I don't know, killing people and all that. Like that's, I don't think that's ever going to change. And I think those are pretty set in stone. So I think it's a mix. I think there's like the overall encompassing morality that is objective, and then the subjective parts are kind of just when it specific time points in life and like areas.
That's a fantastic answer. You actually almost answered like in between what I think we both kind of agreed on, with some differences. So his argument is that it's objective.
Okay.
He's been really big into faith Christianity lately, and he's posting content about it. He's starting a podcast about it. His argument is God is objective. I may be oversimplifying it, but some version of God is an objective truth. Morals stem from God.
Yeah.
That's why morality is objective.
Okay.
My argument, and I'm like, just my background and the way I look at things, and especially my work in child welfare, is I'm like, no, morality to me is subjective. I'm like, it's up to the interpretation of people
Right.
and how you interpret things and
Exactly.
situations, and even killing someone. So we could say you can get vast consensus. Killing someone for fun, just about any culture is wrong.
Right.
But what if it's in self-defense?
Right.
What about there's all these weird gray areas. Like some people would say, or what about the military? Or what if someone killed Hitler back in the day? Or what
Right.
if, the death penalty? So you get into all these like interesting stuff where I think it becomes a lot like it is subjective in my head.
Yeah.
But he had a good argument. We differed slightly on our
Yeah.
frameworks. And at some point, it's your subjective interpretation of what is objective and
I was
what is
just thinking
subjective.
about that. Yeah. It's subjective the way you think about it. So it's like,
But your answer was good.
I think that I completely agree there too, where it is subjective. I still think there are like probably over encompassing powers that, I don't know, whatever it is that makes certain things objective, where like, I don't know. Like, I think there's a lot of random things I think about. Like, when a baby, this is so random, but like when a baby is born and like they're usually like laughing and smiling, giggling, I guess they sometimes cry, but they're like just like have emotions just right when they're born and all that. Like, I think a lot of that is just like objective in the way it comes to, like, I don't know, just the way things happen. So
But what does that mean by like it's objective?
like it just it happens.
It just happens.
Like, we don't know. Like,
independent.
It just happens independently. Where
Yeah.
like, like maybe it is like DNA over time, whatever it is, evolution, whatever all of that is. But it all comes back to like, it all had to come from something somewhere, and like it came to this point where there is some sort of objectivity to the way things are, which could mean that there's. This is so like existential right now, or bizarre, but like it just over encompasses where there is good and bad. And like, we know that there is good and we know that there's bad, so there's objectivity to it being good. Like,
So you would align a lot more with how Austin was arguing.
no, but I still think
It's not a bad thing.
No, I think when it comes to morality though, like people's morals and specific human morals and stuff is subjective to what like certain scenarios are.
Well, I think so. Like, and I didn't bring this up yesterday. It's funny because he called me after 2 and he's texted me like this book chapter to read. He's like, he's thinking about it. I've been thinking about it too.
Yeah.
But in my work in child welfare,
Mm-hmm.
like to me, it's pretty objective if a child has a mark on them.
Right.
Right? Like they have a handprint on their face.
Right.
Or for the most part, like a parent tests positive on a drug screen for fentanyl. Like it's pretty objective. I mean, you can argue sometimes drug screens are skewed or like whatever. To me, that's pretty objective. But where it gets really subjective, and I think the criminal justice, I think we like to think that it's objective, but it's not. It's why people have fancy attorneys and get out of stuff, and why attorneys, they argue interpretations of the law and precedents and other stuff. And in child welfare, a lot of what we do is pretty subjective. Like we're saying, and how things happen vary by state, and they vary by county, and they vary by city. And you'll have different outcomes based on the judge you get, based on the caseworker you get. Not that it's like we tried to not be, it's just, it's too complex of a field. So it's really subjective by culture, by state, by other places, what we consider child abuse or neglect. Like we think we have objective definitions of abuse and neglect, but we don't. They vary.
I could see that.
And they vary by country and they vary by culture. And, like, and even just the term neglect gets very subjective.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what, like, in the lens, my master's program is about understanding complex systems and safety. And they push back heavily when people use concepts as if they're objective when they're not, such as safety.
Right.
Like there's not. So like if you were to say in a complex system like child welfare, well, our goal is to keep children safe. Well, what does that mean?
Right.
Are we keeping them like physically safe? Sure, most people can agree on that. Emotionally safe? Who's getting to determine that? That's pretty subjective.
That is very subjective.
And then who, like, is it better to remove this kid from the home? That's another, it's a judgment call that we're making.
Yeah.
So that's
crazy.
what, like, I wish I said that to Austin more, because I feel like that explains my background views on it a bit more.
Right.
And I think just the words objective and subjective get me, like, I almost immediately push back just naturally.
Right.
But his argument was interesting, and yours, what you said about there is good and there is evil, was his. Whereas I think I was arguing the lines are a lot more blurred, but I think we can all agree, and I use the word general consensus because I think there are some very small exceptions, but general consensus, there's stuff like murder that we're gonna be like, that's bad.
Right.
Stuff like, I don't know, being kind to others is good. Like,
So that's why I think it that's what I was saying, is it is like from like a more like in-person stand, like a more like realistic, it's subjective, which makes sense. Like the way like we all do in society is it's like pretty completely
yeah.
subjective.
I think
but
you said this too, like from the individual level.
from the
it's
individual
subjective,
level,
yeah.
it's completely subjective, and then just like maybe overall it's subjective to the point of like boxing things into the good or bad, which is like the objective part of it. I don't know. That's why I see it kind of related, but it is
Yeah.
crazy though. Yeah, everything's judgment call nowadays. Like
Well, and I think it's just interesting. Like in my master's, I learned a lot about this, but it applies to real life, is how biased we are after bad outcomes.
mm-hmm.
And it's so easy for us to say, like, what did they think was going to happen? They should have done this, like hindsight and outcome bias and other stuff. So I'm trying to think of a good example that would, what would be a good example to apply? So like, say in this health, when you had this health thing,
Mm-hmm.
someone did like some sort of treatment, some doctor was like, Tim, we think this is going to help, and then it made things worse.
Right.
So like, for you in that role, it's hard because you're pissed, but assuming the doctor obviously wasn't trying to cause harm, it's easy for us to say, well, they shouldn't have done that, they should have known, when in reality, like, doctors are there because they want to help people,
Right.
and they want people to do a good job. We just judge things harsh when there's a bad outcome,
Right.
ignoring all the times that it's actually amazing. And I know your dad's in the medical field.
Yeah.
That
That
there
all the time.
aren't more problems, that more people aren't harmed. Like,
Right.
it's amazing they make this system work.
Yeah.
But I think we tend to just focus on the bad, and we judge people, specifically people really close to events, really harshly when there's a ton of other factors that play into it.
Right. No, it's with everything in society. It sounds like your job's like that too, where you take a kid out of a home or something, and maybe things are not like could have been better if they had stayed in, like whatever the scenario is.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's just an impossible decision.
no, it is. It's like, you really don't, like, you have ideas, but you don't know what's going to be the better outcome.
Yeah.
Like some of them are probably more obvious than others, but when there's like ones that are kind of gray area or toss up and you really have to figure it out, it's like,
Yeah, and it's infinitely complex. Like, we're dealing with people. That's already
Mhm.
messy. We never have all the information.
Right.
We're not there. We're not around these families 24/7.
right.
People lie sometimes. People don't always share all the
People lie a
information.
lot.
Even if they share all the information, it's hard to decipher all this noise that we
Yeah.
get. And then we don't know what the outcome's going to be, because we can't know what the outcome's going to be in real time,
Right.
because there's just too many paths. But say something bad happens, it's very easy to go back and connect and just make an oversimplified linear explanation that, well, they did this, this, and this, and they should have known that that kid would have been harmed because they did this. When in real time, there's a million different scenarios.
Right.
And at the end of the day, everything we do makes sense to us in real time. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it.
Right.
But we forget that. Like, it's so easy to forget that.
Right.
And then we
Yeah.
just label people idiots and like bad workers, and they don't care, and bad apples and
Like a-
stuff like that. It's like we're wired to just blame and default to.
Yeah, it's how society is nowadays, and I mean, it's happened with a lot of society, and it happens with everyone. It's things get more political over times too. It's just what happens. Like, people get more upset about specific things, and it's like, in reality, we're all humans that have our own paths of how we think about things. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily one's fault that they think that specific way or feel that way or anything. It's just kind of like, why is the judgment's coming from not understanding the scenario too? And it's
Yeah.
crazy. The hindsight 2020 is crazy.
Yeah.
There's always a better path. Like, there's always something more you could have done, and you can't always,
But so this almost loops back to where I think thinking that morality is completely objective can become problematic.
yeah.
is because then you can go on after a bad outcome, and then you can label someone immoral,
Right.
and you can say, like, and I feel like like after bad outcomes, one, we need to know what happened. We need something, usually
Mhm.
someone to blame, and we need to fix it, and we need to get justice,
Right.
which is also very subjective.
Justice. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It just it gets messy. I think it's just the world I work in is so ambiguous that that's almost my framework and how I think pretty much everything is, especially when it comes to people.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. That is cool. It's a cool industry that you're in. I mean, I don't know if
Child
it's
abuse and
an
neglect, you gotta
industry.
love it.
I mean, no,
No, I'm
I
just
guess
kidding.
cool is probably a bad word for
But
that.
but it's interesting.
It's
It is.
interesting is what
Yeah.
it is, and it's good. It's helpful and it's
Yeah,
beneficial.
yeah.
So it's
It's
like,
it'd be great if there weren't jobs for child abuse and neglect.
well, yeah, of course, yeah,
But it's funny going back to the subjective nature of it. I had this, she used to be in child welfare in Australia, but now she does doctoral stuff and teaches at a university. And this girl, Amy, and she was like, yeah, there's stuff in South Africa where she grew up. She's like, I mean, it's just, there's parts that are so impoverished. She's like, they couldn't open child welfare cases
yeah,
because they would be opening it on every family.
right,
Whereas here in Williamson County, Tennessee, there's stuff we would open on that like would be nice living conditions in
like
South
anywhere,
Africa,
like, yeah,
So I almost think we move the goalpost a bit sometimes based on where we are and what we perceive
right.
and other stuff. But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that.
No, it makes sense. It's just different in different places, different time periods.
Yeah.
Things change. You know,
So 5 to 10 years, are you still doing sales work?
that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, there's a chance 6 months from now I might not even be in sales. Like I've accepted the fact.
That's kind of
that,
how
like,
sales is, right?
well, that's also the other thing is I've also been told always be browsing the job market in sales because it's very volatile. Like
Yeah,
jobs
these
come up
employers
a
going
lot
to
of
start
time.
seeing your LinkedIn post.
Do what?
They're going to start seeing your LinkedIn post. I mean, we want this guy.
See, that's part of it. You got it. It's building a brand. Sales is building the personal brand too, and I think everybody should do this in their careers is building their own personal brand because things change, jobs change, life changes, and the only things that you have to offer are like what you can show people.
And why not have something if that does happen in
Right.
the intermediate?
Exactly. There's no point in not doing it, and some people
Yeah,
think
what are you-
posting's stupid, but
Don't watch an extra episode a week and you can make some content
yeah,
or work towards something.
it was Monday mornings for a couple.
Don't scroll on your phone for 20 minutes.
Right.
Like
That was like my Monday morning things. Monday morning, I'm gonna spend the first hour of the day figuring out a LinkedIn post, and it's like, I can make up the other time doing whatever. But
dude, I totally fall into this trap. And we also talked about this yesterday, but
yeah,
normally I don't do podcasts like back to back in days.
yeah,
So it's kind of weird. Like I still have thoughts I almost had yesterday.
yeah,
But I think sometimes I think you mentioned this too. You're like, I like being on LinkedIn because it feels more productive in quotes.
feels more.
But I do that too, where I'm like, sometimes I'm watching stuff like trying to learn about something or self-help stuff or some motivational video. And then I'm like, okay, I've spent 30 minutes, I've spent an hour learning about something and doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
I think that's worse in a way than just watching some dumb TV show because you can lie to yourself and say you're being productive
Yeah.
when really nothing matters until you actually do something.
Right. Yeah. I guess unless you take stuff out of it and can actually apply it.
Yeah.
Then
But I think most people don't,
no.
myself included. Sometimes I'll just watch stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I should really do that. And I
Yeah.
just don't at all.
Yeah. Dude, that's my rabbit hole's kind of like that. Where nowadays when I'm interested in something, or someone asks me something, or it's like an industry I don't know, I like looking it up and researching it and
Mhm.
learning about it, which is good in a lot of ways because it's just like learning, but it's also like a lot of time I'm spending a lot of time just looking up random shit. Like I don't know, I know a lot more about the plane industry than I ever did just because I was curious. And it's
I know a lot too because my master's program's a lot of aviation.
really,
It's interesting, yeah.
yeah, it's just like
So it's very interesting, the whole science too. Like commercial aviation is super safe.
yeah,
I mean, it's super safe.
Yeah.
And it's because they do a lot of these tools where they don't just blame people generally. They support workers. They learn from workers and stuff like that. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's interesting. Like I don't know, it's interesting stuff. Like I think it's good to be curious.
I think that's good though. I don't think that's exactly what I'm describing because you're talking about potential clients. You're doing background on stuff they're doing.
No, I'm just like thought planes
Or
were
you're
cool
just
or something
curious?
like that.
Oh.
I just curious to the point where I just started
Yeah.
like,
Here's the distinction though. You're acknowledging you're like, I'm just looking this up for fun or like
right.
some information. When I or other people watch some of these motivational stuff or like self-help stuff,
Yeah.
I'm not just like, oh, I'm just watching this for fun. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm being productive right now.
Okay. Yeah.
When really I'm not.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
like that's so, like if you acknowledge like it's okay to do stuff. Like sometimes I'll watch a movie just for fun. That's totally fine.
Right.
But I don't think it's good to tell yourself that you're being super productive if you're not.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, dude, productivity. It's a big one too. It's hard. It's so hard
It's
too.
another subjective one, isn't
It
it?
is. It is subjective too. What's productive? You can classify whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, what's productivity?
Getting you to where you want to be. I think that's what it is.
Which is subjective.
It is subjective.
Where do you want to be, Tim?
I don't know yet. We're working
On
on
a
that.
beach sipping a pina colada
That sounds really nice.
with a hot Colombian chick that you're going to meet in January at the Bad Bunny concert?
I hope so. Well, I gotta get to Australia first. We're gonna work with that one.
Australia. No, I think Australia is like a warm up. And then you meet your wife in Colombia. 5 years later, you got a kid, you're at their game. It's
5
great.
years later.
I see there's the vision.
I see it. Yeah. No, that's the way to go.
Colombian girls are
Yeah. Thought about that.
I love
too.
just saying stuff sometimes and then not. Like Colombian girls are.
Yeah, Colombian girls.
And then you guys can insert the blank.
Yeah, everyone can.
Everyone knows.
The mental picture.
What do you think the most attractive, like obviously we're stereotyping, but like most attractive, not culture, but like country, like in general?
So there's a couple that I've thought about. So I have always loved South American countries. There's a couple, but I think my number one would be like Sweden or the Netherlands. And that's like always been my top ones. And like when I was there, people assumed I was from there because I'm like a tall blonde white guy.
Oh yeah.
So like
yeah.
a lot of people were just like, oh,
Dude, they're all those Scandinavians, and I that's like mostly in my master's program. They're all so tall.
yeah,
It's insane.
dude, it's crazy. I feel like everyone's so attractive there too.
Yeah, even the guys are good looking.
No, that's what I'm
like
saying. Like, the guys are like, oh, like
the
good-looking
girls are.
dudes.
Yeah,
The
no,
girls are beautiful.
I mean, I've spent probably more time in Sweden than most people in the U.S.
Yeah.
They do have some good looking people.
it's crazy to me. I was just like, this is bizarre.
Yeah,
But I've always liked. I mean, maybe it's
I love the Dutch accent though.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's kind of weird
yeah,
and it's kind of aggressive, but I like
yeah.
it.
It's got some like ugh to it.
Joe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah. Joe. Like, okay, do you have your favorite or like not favorite? Is there
I
like
think just in my head, like Colombia, Brazil comes up, but also Italy,
Italy,
like Italians.
Italians. That could be subjective. No, it's
Yeah.
your personal experiences.
Yeah, well, not even. I don't. There's just something about their culture that's just so cool.
Yeah,
I feel like you'll see like a well dressed like Italian guy smoking a cigarette, drinking an espresso. I'm like, God, he looks so cool. And like the girls, like the expressions and like the way they talk. But,
Yeah.
But I only focus on AK, so
there you go.
I don't know. I don't know why we're having this discussion. You perv.
It's gonna be fair. Well, it's nice 'cause when you said the first thing you brought up was the guy, the Italian guy. You think of like the attractive culture, and you're like, yeah, the Italian guy. Like,
Well, it's just like I think their culture is attractive. Not
Yeah.
necessarily that the people physically are, which I think they are because they walk a lot and
Yeah.
they eat better than we do.
mhm.
But it's also just like a cool.
Oh.
I don't know. To me, we probably just romanticize it as Americans, but
I think we definitely do, and I definitely did, especially in Paris too. I woke up one morning and my friends were still sleeping, and I went and sat at a coffee shop and just had like because they have all like the street side coffee shops
like a
everywhere in
baguette.
everywhere in Europe, and I had like a croissant and a coffee and a glass of orange juice and just sat there for like an hour and a half, just like staring around. I'm like, oh, like I feel so much like cooler and like better and like I feel like I seem so much
yeah,
classier in some ways, but it was like in a way where it was like peaceful too. Like I like this. Like I like
Yeah.
this feels nice.
it does just feel like they have more spaces like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then also just more accessible. Like you don't need a car in a
Yeah.
lot of these places.
No.
Where we are very big on cars.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I drive way too much and it's kind of sad.
I drive so much.
Yeah, you commute still, right? Is it?
Well, I drive to like family homes, and Williamson
Okay.
County is a huge area. Sometimes I go outside of the county. I mean, I don't even know how many miles I put on my car. And what's even worse, I got called out after hours. Wow, this week actually. I won't even rant about it. But anyways, driving home from that, I don't know what was in the road, but just messed up my bumper, cracked my bumper, took off all
Ooh.
the plastic parts under my car, scared the crap out of me. It was like a very dark back road in Fairview,
Ooh.
and I don't think I'm getting any money from the state. I think
Really?
I'm gonna have to pay for all of it.
No insurance? Like it's
Yeah,
a,
it's weird because like I'm on my family plan. I pay my dad directly, but the deductible is pretty high, and I'm like, I might as well just pay like out of pocket anyways, you know.
right. That
Well, I'm still
sucks.
getting quotes, but
Yeah.
um,
Figure it out. I mean,
but yeah, I'm like, I honestly though, in a more positive note, I'm completely okay.
yeah.
Dude, it did scare me though. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is terrifying. I still don't know what I hit. I have no idea what it was.
Could have been like an animal or like.
I thought that, but there was no blood or fur. And I literally turned like kind of the corner on this thing, and then it just like I didn't even see it. I didn't even have time to react.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, and it was really dark where I was.
Yeah. That's.
But I've driven on that road before, but yeah, what I was gonna say, and I am grateful for, is the amount I've driven. I'm surprised I haven't had something like that happen.
I know. Yeah.
But if you drive enough, like that's gonna happen.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Is I haven't been in any knock on wood or whatever it is. I haven't been in any like accidents ever. And then like you get like kind of in like a close call ever, like a scary situation, and then you start thinking about it a lot more and drive a little safer, and
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like a little like more cautious about everything because it could happen anytime. It's like come back to the thing, anything could happen whenever too, and it's like it's bizarre. Then you get like grateful for it all again for a little bit, and then it fizzles out.
Then you just
until
go
it's-
back to normal.
then
Yeah.
until it's
Well, because
relevant again.
you can't fully pay attention like
No.
driving all the time.
Right. No. Yeah. I don't remember half my drives anymore
Yeah.
because I'm just like kind of
Dude,
zoned
that
out.
is the weirdest feeling.
Yeah.
You get to a place, I'm like,
How did I get here?
what just happened?
Yeah. Dude, that happens to me. That used to happen driving, commuting to work when I lived
Mhm.
in Franklin for a little bit, and I'd get home and I'd be like, I don't remember the drive at all.
What area are you living in now?
In the Gulch.
Oh, yeah,
downtown.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's great. Great.
It's a good spot.
Overlooking the city a little bit.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. The rent prices.
You
went
should
down.
go to. You're pretty close to Joshan then. You totally should go.
Jashawn.
Yeah.
What is that? It was
The Indian
the
restaurant.
Indian restaurant. Yeah, I just got told.
I
about
might
it.
go tonight.
Really? Hey, dude, hit me up.
Well, I might take AK, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want a third wheel.
Well, I was gonna say you can come swing by my place. We'll stop by. I don't know, but yeah, I need to go to more restaurants around the Gulch. I haven't been to enough.
There's
there.
so many good restaurants in Nashville.
Yeah, I went to. Oh my gosh, I forget the name. I don't know. There's some sushi Asian place in the Gulch. I already forgot the name. I've been a couple times now, and they're great. And there's a lot of places I've like.
I wonder what it
found.
is.
It's I can find it real quick. I mean, I don't know if that's.
I'm kind of curious, so
Yeah, it's
go crazy.
It was really good because now you need to go. It was called. I'm gonna find it real fast. I've gotten pretty good at scrolling through maps too with my phase of doing research on everything. It was called. I'm in the area.
You been at 888?
No, that's what I got told today to go to that.
Oh, it's so good. It's cool because it's
Really?
like they got the vinyls going.
Yeah,
That'd be a really good date spot.
yeah. I've been to Virago a good bit.
I've actually never been there.
I
Worth
recommend
going?
that for sushi. Yeah, but it's Sunda.
I have heard of that.
It's
I need to check it out.
It's like Asian cuisine. It's a little pricey, but it's
Totally worth going.
dude. They have like Wagyu fried it's Wagyu crispy rice. Fantastic. Bunch of great things. They have like dumplings and all that stuff, and then they have really good sushi too. Huge fan of it all. It's like Asian mixed with sushi, like or Japanese mixed with Chinese mixed with all of it, and it's like fantastic.
Just a fusion.
Asian fusion.
I love it.
Yeah. So finding more restaurants, doing all that, it's great.
Yeah, you're in a
Living-
good area for it.
Yeah, you gotta come down. Come
What
visit.
are you're just like in an apartment over there?
Yeah, it's I'm living with one other guy.
Yeah. Well, we'll be so next weekend Jack and his girlfriend are coming in town,
Okay.
and I think we're all going to go downtown Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know what I know obviously it's Thanksgiving weekend, but if
Yeah.
you're around, come
Yeah,
meet us
I'll
out.
be around. I actually work right next to your building, or right next to downtown.
Yeah, yeah.
I work
So you're
across-
able to park there?
Yeah, I park. I the chili burrito right there.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
work across the street from there, and I park there and all the time. I walk around and walk by all the buildings right there. So.
Yeah, let's do, dude. I would love if you and Tom came out, because we're definitely going out Saturday.
Yeah, we should. We got
But
it.
then we're also going to the Titans game Sunday, even though they
Oh, okay.
suck. But
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be great. I know we gotta
let's
do
make that
more
happen.
stuff.
I know. I'm gonna call your brother after this.
I know.
I need to see Tom
Yeah, he's busy, man. He's busy all the time too right now with like work and everything.
hmm
But it's crazy. Iowa's bizarre.
soon.
Yeah, it's in like 15 days or something.
Ugh.
It's crazy. Iowa, you never know. You could always move somewhere
Could
random.
always end up in Iowa
You could.
or
Well,
Australia.
yeah. You know, I don't think he
Do you
ever
think you'll
thought
stay in Tennessee?
Tom or me.
You. Well, Tom's already. I think.
Why not? Well, Tom's gonna come back to Tennessee.
Oh
but
yeah. I'm 100% sure
He's.
Tom
I
will
don't
come
think
back to
Cedar Rapids,
Tennessee.
Iowa's like where he's gonna raise his family. But
Yeah.
he'll be back here in a year. But I would. I've thought about it. I thought about this the other day too, where I'm like, when does it hit the point where like you move to the suburbs, or like you move somewhere where you like can get a house and like raise a family and stuff? And I would like to live in Williamson County if I could, if afford
Well, yeah,
it or something.
'cause then dude, the school system's so good. It's
School
one of the best in the
system's great.
country.
Neighborhoods are great. It would be awesome. So I think there's a chance I'd move somewhere else and come back here,
Mhm.
and then also figure out like financially how to live here too, because it's like, I don't know. The idea of buying a house someday is stressful.
Hey, your
so
parents have bought a few in this area, so
Well,
maybe they can help you out
hopefully we'll see what happens
with knowledge.
With knowledge. Yeah, they'll give me the knowledge, but
You're
I don't
gonna
know.
the money. I don't know where that's gonna come from.
Yeah, gotta start selling more. A lot more cold calls.
A lot more cold calls.
Yeah.
A lot more. Hey, run back to TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever you got to do.
I'm trying my best. It's harder now. I just moved to the public sector for my job, so I sell like telematics and dash cameras and all AI stuff for trucking companies.
Oh,
mostly.
interesting.
But now I switched over to I was private companies. Now it's public company or like government. So I call cities and
Were
counties.
you
and
affected
stuff.
by the shutdown?
Not really. No, because most of them were local. Like I think it's local
Yeah.
pay and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I wasn't affected at all as a
Yeah.
state employee.
that's pretty good. I didn't even think about that. That's good you weren't affected.
Yeah.
But now I just moved over like this past month, and so now it's just like helping, I guess, city vehicles, buses, trash vehicles, police cars, stuff like that with like their tracking and vehicle telematics situation going on. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's good for safety and all that too. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whatever, keeping roads safe.
Yeah.
Very
Whatever that means.
whatever.
No.
Whatever.
So that's where it gets another nuance is like child welfare. That's why I'm saying safety is really subjective. Like
Yeah.
For flying planes, everyone pretty much agrees landing without any injuries or anything is safe, right?
Right.
Like we could say for that, like a bus getting from point A to point B with
It's
everyone okay without hitting anything is
Yeah.
safe. So that's a little easier to
Yeah.
explain than it is goals in child welfare.
Right. Yeah. You can have like that.
Because we say we care about safety, permanency, and well-being. Those are all three very subjective terms.
Those are very.
And people have very different ideas on how to go about it sometimes. Mostly we're aligned, but
I think the right idea is probably everyone's trying to do the right thing, so it usually
Yeah,
should
yeah, yeah.
align. But yeah, it's
but
tough.
sometimes where it gets tricky is, so say you do remove a child from a home
Mhm.
and then their caregivers are doing services or other stuff. When do you let the child go back?
Right.
And that's where it gets tough, where people disagree. Like say it's substance use. Well, does mom have to show past drug screens for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years?
Right.
Like when do we, and it's all going to vary based on the case.
Yeah.
So that's where
That
it
is
just
bizarre.
gets,
That is
yeah.
crazy how to go about.
Ultimately, it's up to a judge. They get the final say, but they rely on input from workers, from
that. Yeah. The ones
the
doing it.
attorneys, other people in court, and there's like when it goes to court, there's CASAs involved, there's guardian ad litems, mom and dad get attorneys, so it's like it's a lot of different perspectives.
Dude, that's a crazy like thing to think about too. That is bizarre. Even being a judge, listening to all that and have like that's a crazy job too. Just like
Oh yeah,
your job is to listen to input from people and make a decision based on what they say.
yeah. Well, even my role when I go interview a caregiver or a child, I have to explain this to my supervisor. So she's just listening to the narrative that I'm
Yeah.
constructing, which I don't mean constructing and like I make up stuff, but I'm, if I talk to someone for an hour, she doesn't have an hour for me and
Right.
we don't record. So I'm just telling her my
Right.
story of here's what they said, here's what I think we need to address.
Yeah.
And then she's just going off that information.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then I'm just going off the information that I was given from this person where I also wasn't there and did it, so it's
like telephone and things over time just kind of like
yeah,
change.
but it's a messy system, but the people who work in it are really amazing and care about these kids, and that's why it functions.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. As much slack as
What?
as much slack as child welfare gets, or is slack the right word?
Flack?
Flack. That not slack, flack.
Flack.
We do not get a lot of slack. We get a lot of flack.
Dude, I remember when we were younger, and I remember you had a period of time where you used the word belligerent, just like. Do you remember that?
Did love the word
You
belligerent.
just used it randomly.
Belligerent and absurd. I feel
Yeah.
like that's good.
Yeah, you're like
I'm being belligerent
You're like,
tonight. I'm like 10.
Yeah, you're like, just a big word, just like starting
crazy.
saying random stuff. But
Well, how
Yeah.
long you think we've been talking?
I have no idea.
Take
Do
a-
you ask this usually?
Yeah.
Dude, I had no concept of time right now. It could be maybe like I would say somewhere between like 45 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes.
Over 2 hours.
Have we been talking for over 2 hours?
2 hours and 5 minutes is where we're at.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't that crazy?
How do people always underestimate?
Yeah, there was one person who did. I think Maddie got it right. Everyone else is like grossly
Yeah,
underestimated.
So maybe 45 was a little shy. I would say maybe like I would have guessed like the max would have been an hour 20 though, hour and a half.
Yeah, over 2 hours.
That's crazy.
I know, it goes by quick.
It is, yeah. It's nice talking though, like being able to like just ramble about random things.
Yeah, and like we're saying, where we're not distracted. Like we've each looked up like one thing since we've been here.
I know, it's crazy.
How often do you sit down and have a 2 hour conversation anymore?
Never.
Without
I get sidetracked immediately. Like,
Immediately.
Every conversation I have nowadays,
bad.
it's like, yeah,
we didn't even have to use this.
I know.
Well, anything else you want to cover, talk about?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like I hit a lot of morality stuff, a lot of
Morality. We talked about health,
health,
travel, little music at the beginning,
yeah,
but
influence.
it's funny. I feel like sometimes I have ideas when I talk to people. I'm like, oh, I bet we'll talk about this for a while, but then we really don't and just talk about other things.
It's like
but,
we're gonna maybe talk about EDM stuff, but it just like
yeah, but it's nice that we just go where the conversation
Yeah.
goes.
I know. It's good though. It's natural.
Well, 30 podcasts in 30 days.
Yeah.
Subscribe, watch. Do you want me to link your LinkedIn in the bio? I'm
Sure,
happy
if
to
you
do
want,
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Throw it in
I
there.
can't promise you're going to get any views or followers, but I think it's worth throwing in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whatever works. I mean,
Check out Tim on LinkedIn / TikTok.
Yeah, if you're
Because that
interested-
TikTok is hilarious.
Yeah,
It's still up, right?
the TikTok is still up. Yeah, so yeah, go look.
You know
at
why
whatever.
we're here.
Yeah. Go ahead, look at whatever you can find on me. There's some random
In the
stuff.
meantime, honestly, whether you tried Jashawn or not, whatever, watch Euro Trip. You're going to love it.
Okay.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's just like you're gonna be watching and be like, yes. Matt Damon has a cameo in it. Like it. Have you ever heard the song "Scotty Doesn't Know"? Scotty doesn't know.
I don't think
Scotty
so.
doesn't know. Well, you will after this movie.
I need to watch. I'll probably watch it this week then. I need to do it.
And there's one scene they end up in like Eastern Europe and just some crappy place, and they're like, oh God, what are we gonna do here? And like, all right, everyone, cough up all the money you have. They're like, $2.38 US. What the hell is that gonna get us? And then it cuts to them in like a 5-star hotel. Chefs bringing out lobster. They're getting massages. They're like, gotta love that exchange rate.
That's so funny. I need to go watch
They
this.
tip the butler a nickel, and he looks at his manager. He goes, a nickel? I opened my own hotel. And slaps him in the face.
That's pretty good.
Dude, it's so good. You gotta watch it.
That happened with my friend Carlo, who was on the trip with us this summer. He stayed a little bit longer. So I have some extra money. I'm just gonna travel around and do whatever. And so he solo tripped a little bit.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder where he is now. And I looked him up, and he was in some random town in Turkey. It wasn't like he was in Istanbul or whatever. He was just like, and so I texted him. I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, I was supposed to go to like Switzerland or somewhere, and he's like, but it was cheaper to go to like here in Turkey, so I just went. And I was like,
that's awesome.
yeah. And I was like,
Gotta
"Dude, that's
love that exchange rate.
crazy. Love the exchange rate. So it's good. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Tim, it's been a pleasure, sir.
I know.
We'll wrap up here at
Yeah.
2 hours, 8 minutes.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for
Everything.
coming.
Yeah, I know. This is
We
great.
got a lot of the Marcos. Summer's, I think,
I
is gonna
heard,
come on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Your
great.
mom set that up, so that should be a good combo.
That'll be a really good combo. She has a lot of life stuff. So
Anything
really-
I should I actually, I'm just gonna wait to talk to her.
Yeah, she
I
got
know
a lot.
I looked at her TikTok for a second. I'm like, whoa.
She's got a TikTok. She's got a big following on TikTok. So
Yeah, she does.
Mhm.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, pleasure having you on,
Yeah,
sir.
thanks.
Follow, subscribe, 30 podcasts, 30 days. Adios.